this time. Looks for Deutsch. Deutsch at the 1 into the end zone.
No play action now. Look to pass over the middle. It's intercepted by Cole Hebel. Intercepted by Hebel. Oh, rears back, comes downfield, has Rodriguez. Rodriguez at the 40, to the 50, to the 40. Rodriguez is going to keep going.
Right, Fetting's got room, and here's Bo Fetting. Fetting's still on his feet. Fetting's gone.
Looking to pass, playing off, coming left side, picked up by Cotton. Alex Cotton with the pick, he'll take it back, and into the end zone.
Turn and hand the ball off. Will Starkey, he thunders his way. 30, 20, one man to beat. He's got...
The middle's got a man, that's Friddle. Look out, Friddle, 40, 30, he's loose, 20, 10, touchdown.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
North Dakota high school football on a Friday night. Does it get any better than this? Especially when you have a homecoming contest on tap in what looks to be one of the better North Dakota EDC Class A football games going on tonight. Welcome everybody to your live events broadcast of North Dakota high school football. Dan Gunderson with you from the Fargo North Stadium, home of the Spartans, who are going to play host to the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders. These two teams come in after suffering a couple of setbacks in their prior week's games, but neither of those games ended up counting. I should say one of the games did not count towards the EDC standings in the case of Grand Forks Red River, while Fargo North suffered their first loss of the EDC season. Even so, both teams looking to continue to build on what has been a very successful season and a very successful move to the Class A level of North Dakota high school sports. Fargo North coming in with a record of 4-1 overall, 3-1 in EDC play, while Grand Forks Red River sits at 4-2 overall and a clean 2-0 in EDC play. We have a lot to get to in our half-hour pregame show prior to our 6 o'clock kickoff between the Spartans and the Rough Riders. We'll have an opportunity to hear from both head coaches of tonight's squads. We'll also provide to you your starting lineups brought to you by American Family Insurance, along with giving some keys to the game for both teams. How will Grand Forks Red River or Fargo North come away with a victory in tonight's contest? We're going to get into all of this right after our first break. When we come back, we will hear from the head coach of the road team, Vern Muir, the Grand Forks Rough Riders head coach. We'll hear from him next on your live event.
Jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Natick, Page, and Castleton. Or view our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Dan Gunderson here with the head coach of the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders, Vern Muir. Coach Muir, your boys off to a really good start so far this season. Lost last week to West Fargo Cheyenne, but really in play haven't lost a EDC 11A game as of yet. What would you say has been the reason behind the strong start to begin the year for your team?
Our season began that our strength would be our guys that play up front for us because they were all returning, and the guys that were behind them were guys that played a little bit last year, but we didn't have a whole bunch of them that played. So, and I think that's kind of held true. We've rushed for over 300 yards in 3 games, which we haven't done that in a very, very long time in one season. So I think we've been able to utilize those guys, and they've been real good for us doing the things that we needed to be successful. We've also, I wasn't real sure how our backfield was going to look as far as the running backs were going to go. And we kind of have running back by committee going on right now. And we've had different 100-yard rushers in all our games up through last week's game because we didn't play very well on the offensive side. And then the week before against Central, we didn't quite have a 100-yard rusher, but we had guys that were in the 60s and 70s, multiple guys. So we're able to spread the ball around a little bit. And, a long time ago for us, back in the 2008, 9, and 10, well, I think it was just 2008, 9, we had 3 running backs that we really liked at that time. And there was one main guy in the name of Tyler Geffro. He was our main rusher who got most of the touches, but we had what we called 2 change-up guys. And one kid in particular, Chris Wayne, was used as our second half back, and he was just kind of a change of pace kid for us. And we're not necessarily using the 3 guys we have now in Mason Bimler and Logan Oakstead and Brett Feller that way. They just all kind of rotate in at times. I don't think we run anything particular with either guy as far as, this guy runs these particular plays and so forth. But Feller is more of our power guy, just a bigger kid, fairly fast. And then Bimler and Oakstead are a little bit shorter in stature, and they're kind of our quick slash type kind of guys. So that's really helped us too. Our quarterback has been a tremendous blessing. We knew he was a talented kid last year watching him play freshman football. We brought him up for the playoff game, and we tried to find a way to use him. And so we decided, well, we can try to do this double pass type thing where and he'd end up throwing to his brother. And gosh darn it, it almost worked in that game against Jamestown, which probably would have been our only play that might have almost scored. So that would have been pretty exciting if that would have happened. But he's really taken over the leadership part of our team, and he's a heck of an athlete for us. And then, we began the season thinking that our kid that played for us the last 2 years, our senior quarterback, and Gunnar Heichert, that he was not going to be with us. And then he changed his mind and came back. So we've been able to utilize some of his skills too, and use him in spots and all that. And so that's been another added strength with our team. And that's kind of where we're at. We got some big athletic receivers. And we're not a throw it down the field type of team all the time. Since we've been able to run so well, we haven't really had to throw as much. And at times, like the Jamestown game comes to memory, we had to throw it a little bit to kind of loosen them up for the run game. And we threw for over 200 yards that game. So, I think we have the capability to do both. I wouldn't say that we're maybe super proficient in either one, and that we should be throwing for 200 and running for 200 yards a game. But that's kind of what's carried our team. And it's the same thing on defense. It's pretty much the same guys. They just, instead of running with the football and everything like that, we will tackle people with it. But the other big thing I would say is we just had an overall commitment from our kids to our program, probably the best commitment we've had in a very long time as far as number of kids that showed up on a consistent basis. We ran a football camp all summer where basically we just worked on skills and a little bit of scheme stuff for only a half hour twice a week. So it was basically an hour a week, and we didn't want to overdo it. A lot of our guys play basketball in the summer, and we have a handful of baseball kids. So it's not like we want to bog them down with 3 hours of football and weightlifting in the morning so then they can't go do their other stuff. We just want it to be short, fresh, and they were all for it and wanted to do it. So I think all those factors have just kind of rolled into that. We've had a nice start to our season, and our next biggest game is going to be tomorrow night when we go up against the Spartans.
Yeah, and the Spartans have had a really good start to their year as well. A lot of what they've done, from what you can see, is they've kept it clean. Their quarterback hasn't thrown an interception yet this year. They've put it on the deck a couple times, but they've really avoided the turnovers. You had mentioned this, and I almost feel like you buried it a little bit. You had said you really balance your offense out. You guys lead the EDC when it comes to rushing yards, or I should say rushing attempts with 238, 1,900, almost 2,000 yards of total offense so far this year. But it's that rushing attack. I'm just going to tell you, quick stats, you've got Brett Feller with 373 yards, Logan Oakstead with 280, your quarterback. Pierce Parks has 236, and then Mason Bimler with 214. That has got to be extremely difficult for defenses to try and prepare for when you have this four-headed monster attack coming at offenses. Do you go, and you had said it, running back by committee, but do you ever feel like there's maybe one individual that has a hotter hand and then you lean on that guy? Do you go series by series? What can we expect in tomorrow night's game when we're watching all those guys run around the field?
A certain person's going to start, and then it's just kind of dependent upon number of plays we run. So let's say we go 3 and out like we did a lot last week, then it is kind of by series at that point. But in our other games where we've strung together drives, it'll be a guy for maybe 3-4 plays, and then we'll roll somebody in. And I guess our philosophy's been, we're not playing a lot of kids. I mean, in my mind, I felt like when we were at the old AAA level, if we could play 17, 18 kids on both sides of the ball, that meant that we had some decent talent, and we had a little bit of depth, so we could get guys some rest. And right now we're playing right around 15, sometimes 16 kids in a game, which at the level we're at now, our team numbers have gotten a little bit bigger, but most of our numbers are in our sophomore and freshman class right now. So, we're not playing a whole lot of kids, so we got to find ways to get guys rest. So the running back spot, all 3 of those kids play defense for us. So we're just trying to find ways that they can help our team, and then we get them some rest so they can help us on defense. And the nice thing is that we have the 3 productive running backs, along with Pierce able to take some of the running load. Is that is as a defensive guy. I mean, most times you're going to go against a kid like, for us, the Hago kid is somebody we have to be worried about, because he gets a lot of touches and he's a pretty athletic kid. But we've got 3 of kids that are like that are going to get touches and can do things. And, maybe they're not as talented as the Hago kid is overall, but I mean, as a group, it's hard to prepare when you have different running backs. So for example, last week we played Cheyenne. I mean, they're fullback and I know they're 2 wings. I think they're the leading rushers at the AA level, but you got to look at how does each kid run? What are they, what are they really good at doing and all that? And then you got to try to prepare for that. And it's just a lot for, at the high school level, because, our kids play both ways. So you can't sit there and bog everyone down with details on, defensive side of the ball, because we'd like them to know our offensive plays too. So you got to really try to just simplify everything you can as best you can. And we've tried to go with the idea that we want our kids to play fast, and to play fast, we got to be able to get some rest. And the fact that we got 3 guys we can roll in the backfield kind of helps us achieve and realize that goal of having fresh legs in the fourth quarter.
On the flip side, you have to prepare for an offense that's close to 200 points scored so far this year, 183 to be specific, in Fargo North. The last time that they went out, Fargo South held them in check, 14 points. What do you have to do as a team to make sure that Fargo North doesn't start to go up and down the field in their own right defensively? How are you preparing for this Spartans offense?
Sam kid at receiver, we got to keep him in front of us. We can't let him get behind us. And, if they throw up a 50-50 ball, we got to try to go up there and defend it. And against Central 2 weeks ago, we gave up 2 50-50. Well, one was a 50-50 ball. The other one we just fell down on, and their kid caught it. And that was how Central was able to get their points. I mean, without those 2 big pass plays, I don't know if Central gets the 9 points that they got, but their kids made plays and we didn't at the time. So that's how that worked out. But I mean, that's kind of our idea is we've played 4 games this year where we've focused on another team's receiver. And it's not to say that the other receivers, aren't any better or worse than that guy, but it just seems like that guy gets, he's the playmaker type kid. So that's one of our goals tomorrow night, is to try to keep his targets, as much to a minimum as we can, and that we keep him in front of us and don't let, big chunks of yardage get eaten up in one play. With their rushing attack, Haugo's kind of the main guy, but the Welke quarterback, he's starting to run a little bit more. He's a pretty good little runner. So, we got to try to contain that as much as we can. And I guess you just go with the old cliche when you're a defensive guy, is you just tell them, we want them to snap it as many times as possible, because it's high school football and you get upwards into 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 snaps, they're going to make a mistake at some point. And that's when we hope as a defense we can capitalize. So we tell our kids every week, our goal is to possess the ball on offense, because if we have it, the other team doesn't. We want to make sure that we get off the field on defense. And that goes with the idea that we can get the ball back to our offense and possess it. That makes us a better team. And then we got to take care of the football. And that's kind of been, one thing with North, they haven't turned it over a whole lot. Well, we, on the other hand, we have, and we haven't turned it over as much to our last 2 games, but our first couple of games, that's kind of how the beginning of the game started for us, is we have a couple of turnovers and allows teams to hang around, or doesn't allow us to get a rhythm going or anything like that. And I've told our kids, when we take care of the football, we're pretty darn good. So, but that's our 3 goals of the game every week, is to possess the ball on offense, get off the field on defense, and don't turn the ball over.
So if we were to say at the end of the game, Coach, we talk and it's Red River ends up winning this game, what do you feel is going to be the one thing that you executed as a team perfectly or well enough to get that victory over Fargo North tomorrow night?
We're going to have to be able to run the ball to some degree, but we're also going to have an answer for, we're expecting them to pack the box as much as they've always done against us. And Coach Miller is a really good defensive coach, and he's a good teacher overall with what he likes to do on the defense. So he makes it tough on just about everyone they go up against. And we got to be assignment sharp, and we're going to have to win some one-on-one battles now. It may not necessarily be like, a receiver against a DB for a pass route, but our guys up on the line of scrimmage, all it takes sometimes is if one guy screws up, it kills the entire play. So we talk about our guys doing their 1/11th of the job and worry about their 1/11th. So I think for us, that's probably our biggest key is so far this season, when we do our 1/11th, everyone does their part. It usually turns out pretty well for our team. So I feel on the offensive side, it's going to come down to, can we win some of those one-on-one battles at the right times? And defensively, we're going to have to tackle well. And we've been kind of, up and down a little bit with our tackling. Overall, I feel like our tackling has been pretty darn good, but we've had spots where we wish it was better and all that. So, those to me are probably the 2 things we have to do well tomorrow night to give ourselves a chance is win some one-on-one battles on offense, and defensively, we're going to have to make plays and tackle well.
Big game for you and Fargo North tomorrow, the EDC. Coach, good, best of luck to you. And if we do get a chance tomorrow to talk, and hopefully we'll be coming after a victory for the Rough Riders.
As the head coach of the Red River Rough Riders, Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders, Vern Muir. When we come back on your live event, we will hear from the head coach of the Fargo North Spartans, Adam Roland. You're watching North Dakota Class 11A, 11-man football on your live event.
As an American family agent, I look out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Chris Heisey. Visit me online at chrisheisey.com. These days, everyone wants to save money. I can show you how easy it is by having multiple policies. By combining your auto and homeowner's insurance, I can put some change back into your pocket. My website again is chrisheisey.com. I want to be your American family agent.
American Family Insurance.
Adam Roland, coach, your team so far this year has been off to a tremendous start, coming out of the gates, coming off of last year's season, which was really successful for the Spartans as well. What do you feel has been the reason behind the early success for the Spartans through the first 5 games of the season?
Extremely motivated guys, going back to last year. A lot of those guys played as sophomores. And guys who maybe didn't start did actually get in and play quite a bit. And they were just kind of hungry for it. So they got the taste of the playoffs. They got the taste of having some very good success, having fun with it, and then putting that to work in the off season, throughout last winter and spring into the summer. And we had, one of the best, 2-a-day, sessions that we've had. And it was just straight motivation, guys flying around and ready to go. And really, I've said this, not really caring who the opponent was, just getting after it and ready to play football, with that first game and preparing as if they were playing honestly for the state, playoffs and championship and things like that. So it was really good start to the season with preparation, motivation, all that stuff. So it was really fun. And it is really fun this year. Those guys are fantastic. So obviously there's always stuff to work on, but that was really, to me, kind of the early success that we've had is I'm going to put it on the guys, listening to what we were saying as coaches and taking in coaching and really banding together and having that common cause. We talk about as coaches having that common cause and purpose, but sometimes that's easier, said than actually done. Every coach wants that, but when it all comes together, especially early in the season, you can have success like that.
Now coming off your first loss of the year as well after losing to Fargo South, now we have to face a little bit of adversity as a squad. How do you think your team is going to respond for tonight's ball game against Red River, a very solid opponent in their own right?
Yeah. And we still have to remember that we are a very young football team. We play a lot of juniors. I think we start 2 seniors on each side of the ball, and so it's a lot of young guys. So I had a little bit of a fear of having that, 4 games where you put some points on the board and then you go in against South, who plays hard all the time. And I'm going to give them a ton of credit for, they played to win the football game. And unfortunately we didn't capitalize on the things we needed to. And we're going to see what we're made of here. We're going to see what kind of team we actually are, being able to bounce back against, an equal or better opponent to South, against Red River. They're very good. We scrimmaged them earlier this year. They're playing good football and they kind of got things on track, this year also. So it's going to be a heck of a game, and our guys, we'll see how we bounce back. They handled yesterday's meeting really well. We didn't get real negative and anything like that. We just talked about the things that happened and how they can't happen again.
Now, let's talk a little bit about some of your players that we're going to be watching tonight. Ethan Welp, let's start with your quarterback. The season that he's had, and he's been able to lead this team. What has been the key to his success this year under center?
Ethan had he knew he was probably going to be the guy, especially when we had Owen Beam, who would have been competing for quarterback, is actually out this season with an injury. Ethan kind of had to accept that role and take it and go. And he really did. He stepped into a true leadership spot. He's a little bit different than Danny, who we had for 3 years there. They're similar in ways, and then they're different ways personality-wise. And he's really taken an ownership in that quarterback spot, and he truly understands the importance of it.
How about your other skilled players? Maybe a couple guys that we should watch for tonight at the running back, wide receiver position, because you do a really good job of spreading out the ball offensively.
Well, yeah, you start in the backfield. We have Peter Halgo and John Williams. And John has been a very pleasant. I don't want to say surprise because he knew he was there, but John was injured last year and couldn't play. But it's really a nice, kind of a 1-2 with John and Peter. John can come in and spell Peter a little bit because Peter, starts on D for us and plays a lot of football for us. With Jim Miller in there, mostly doing some of the blocking stuff for those guys. So if we start in the backfield with Ethan's been running the ball well lately, so we kind of have a really good running dynamic there with those guys. And then obviously you got to talk about Jeremiah Sem, and some of the amazing catches he can make and runs after the catch, and he's really stepped up and owned that number 1 spot. We got Carson Hannestead has had a very, very good season. He's going to be on the shelf for a little bit, got injured against South. So we're hoping he can bounce back. But it's been probably the deepest we've been at wide receiver since I've been here. You're looking at with Sam Friddle, Parker Dosh, Welcome Muhoza, Dave Schilling, all being able to step into that spot and really give us a good solid rotation at receiver, and then adding Joe Rose and Carter Zeller at the tight end position, adding those guys in there really, it allows us to spread the ball out. I mean, I think against Bismarck St. Mary's, we had 6 different guys score points, and that includes our kicker, but 5 different guys score touchdowns.
Now, Grand Forks Red River operates a little bit differently. They're balanced offensively, but they have 4 runners with over 200 yards on offense. That includes their quarterback. How do you defensively prepare for a team that can come out with so many different players and try still to stay balanced? Because they'll throw the ball as well.
Yeah, and I'm going to kind of throw it out to my coaching staff here. I have an excellent coaching staff who does a phenomenal job of film breakdown and really looking at tendencies, and they do a very good job preparing the guys both offensively and defensively. So if you look at the defensive side of the ball, we'll have to make some adjustments, to some of the things that we do, to basically cover what you just said, the multiple runners they have and a little bit of the threat that they have to throw the ball downfield. So, I can't give too much away for our game plan or what we're going to do, but we obviously week to week, obviously don't wholesale change our O&D, but make the necessary adjustments to play our opponent.
You guys have been really clean, and this will be the last question I ask for you, Adam. In terms of turnovers, we haven't seen an interception thrown from Ethan yet this year. That has been an absolute positive for you guys. How do you continue to keep the ball clean in order to win this game against Red River as you get towards the latter part of the season?
It goes with practice, making sure that you're securing the ball and making that a priority in practice. We put the ball on the ground a little bit during South there and in some wet conditions. And I don't want that to be an excuse there because they still need to be able to hang on to it. We had an errant snap and things like that. But they're really conscious of protecting that football. And it really, we preach the heck out of it, and we practice it a lot. So, yeah, I hope we continue that trend of not putting the ball on the ground. And I hope that Ethan can stay clean and his throws, and he's really good about throwing the ball where his receivers can catch it. And fortunately, very fortunately, he's got some receivers that can go get a ball in some awkward spots, to be honest with you. So that helps him quite a bit. Not that he's not accurate, but you can take some, I don't want to say chances, but you can throw the ball maybe a little bit higher. You can throw the ball maybe a little bit further out of the reach of the defender when you have athletes that can go and get that football.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time. Good luck tonight against Red River, and hopefully we'll be talking after the game with a Fargo North victory for you and the Spartans.
Sounds.
That was Coach Adam Roland, the head coach of the Fargo North Spartans, breaking down what to expect for tonight's game from his squad. The team sitting at 4-1 overall, 3-1 in the EDC, and number 3 in the state of North Dakota for those Class A 11-man polls. Number 5, the Red River Rough Riders, and the road team on the scoreboard. We'll take our final break. When we come back, we'll get to those American Family Insurance starting lineups and some of our keys to the game. You're watching North Dakota 11-man Class A football on your live event.
Hey, what you doing?
Crawling around under my planter trying to figure out if I need any maintenance parts replaced.
It's harvest time, buddy.
Yeah, I know, but the guys at RDK Enterprises keep reminding me to check now, just in case I need something ordered.
What do I look for?
Just give RDK a call and ask some questions. They are the guys I go to for answers.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We will answer all of your planter questions or come out to your farm and take a look at your planter. Give us a call, 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Kate's Kennels, located in Castleton, North Dakota. We offer boarding for all of your furry companions. Whether you're going on vacation or you have an emergency, we are here for you. We know they are a member of your family, and we will treat them as if they were one of our own. Kennel tours are always welcome. Check us out on Facebook at Kate's Kennels or visit our website at kateskennels.com. Give us a call at 701-347-4176 for all your furry friend boarding needs.
Fact. High schools need every sports official they can find. Want to ensure that kids keep playing? Become an official and a leader. Over 25,000 North Dakota student athletes participate in statewide school-sponsored sports programs. Sports provide students with real-time training for real life. Teamwork and planning under pressure provide our young men and women with skills that will serve them throughout their lives. Without officials, high school sports wouldn't exist. It may be more
under the direction of Mr. Eric Sari.
Welcome back. Dan Gunderson with you tonight alongside me, the cameraman for tonight's game, Joey Hughes, here on your live event. Getting you ready for this Class A 11-man contest between the Fargo North Spartans and the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders. And with that, let's get into the American Family Insurance starting lineups. Chris Heisey's team is here to serve and help meet your insurance requests from home, auto, commercial, or farm and ranch. Additionally, as residents of your community, they understand how important it is to be there for you. Chris Heisey Agency with American Family Insurance. For more information, go online to chrisheisey.com. Let's go through those Red River Rough Riders, and we'll do the offense for them. Starting at left tackle, it'll be number 54, senior Garrett Eichmann. Starting at a left guard, it'll be junior number 68, Logan Wayslow. Starting at center, it'll be junior number 76, Lawson Lotus. At the right guard position, it'll be sophomore number 74, J.B. Walters. At the right tackle position, it'll be a senior, number 56, Nolan Piper. For those skill position players, we start at tight end. The senior, number 2, Logan Arson, I should say, pardon me. At the wideout position, we'll have senior Quinn Nelson and senior Hudson Flam, I should say. At the at the running backs position, we're going to have senior Brett Feller, number 14, and then number 45, the other running back, will be senior Jaden Rustad. The quarterback will be number 1, the sophomore Pierce Parks. Of course, Red River, coached by Vern Muir. They come in with a record of 4-2 overall, 2-0 in the EDC East. Now, for the home team on the scoreboard, the Fargo North Spartans. We'll look at their defense first. Start with the defensive line. They will go with junior Xavier Buckmiller. That's number 65. They'll also go with junior number 59, Adam Jarsky. And then senior number 74, Rowan Johnson. Go with a 3-5-3 defensive set. So the 5 linebackers read like this. It'll be junior number 30, Sam Friddle. Junior number 40, Jim Miller. Junior number 25, Gus Mon. A senior number 32, Ethan LaTurner. And then junior number 36, Peter Algo. In the secondary, it'll go safety, junior number 10, Parker Dosh. Corner, add junior number 6, Peyton Trogstad, and another junior at the other corner position, number 5, Carson Hannestad. The Fargo North Spartans are coached by Adam Roland. He's in his 9th year as head coach for the Spartans and coming off last year's NDHSCA Coach of the Year for Class 11A after going 7-5, has this Spartans team sitting at 4-1 overall, 3-1 in the EDC Class A, and number 3 in all of Class A state rankings that were updated earlier this week. It has been a tremendous season to start for both of these teams, but as we get to the midway point and we look at where the rest of the season could go, this game is going to be very pivotal to see how these two teams go the rest of the year. Next week, Fargo North will host Devil's Lake, while Grand Forks Red River will host West Fargo Horace. Both those teams towards the bottom of the standings, so you can see right now how the rest of the year may play out with this game. A couple of keys to this game. We start with Grand Forks Red River. It's going to be the ability to run the ball. Grand Forks Red River comes in with the most rushing attempts out of any team in the EDC with 238. They also lead the EDC in total yards with 1,935. But the four-headed rushing attack of Brett Feller, Logan Oakstead, Pierce Parks, and Mason Bimler, those four individuals all have 200 or more rushing yards this season. Can they control the ball on the ground? That'll be a key to the game for the Rough Riders. For Fargo North, who will start out with the ball on offense, it's going to be controlling the turnover game. Ethan Welk, the quarterback for the Spartans, leads the EDC with 10 touchdowns, but even more impressive, no interceptions so far this year. If they can control that turnover game, they will be ready to go. And we are away with the kickoff from Carter Bryan. It is down to the other end of the end zone. It is picked up by John Williams as he runs it up the middle, breaks a tackle at the 25 to the 30, and he's still going, trying to get to the far side, and then is finally brought down right there by Jaden Rusted, just shy of the 35-yard line. An exciting run back for Williams, but all that running and to the 34 is where Fargo North will start. And it'll be led by Ethan Welk, their junior quarterback. Ethan, like we said, has thrown 10 touchdowns so far this year. He's also thrown for 674 yards and is completing 56% of his passes. He's a junior, and he stands at 6 feet, 140 pounds. He'll turn around, hand it off, going over the left side. Nice little jump cut, getting to the 40, down to the 42-yard line is Peter Haugo, as he is brought down at the 41. So a nice run of 7 yards on that first carry for Fargo North. Peter Haugo, the leading rusher in the EDC with 565 yards on the ground and 10 touchdowns. He's the lone back in the single back formation. Man in motion, back to pass as well. Pressure on him as he gets it away. He was looking for Sam, but that one falls to the ground harmlessly. Good pressure put on by Grand Forks Red River. In there, saw Lawson Lotus, the 6'3 junior, 265-pound offensive lineman, helping create the pressure in an incomplete pass from Welk. 3rd and 3, ball at the Fargo North 41. Things just getting underway here from Fargo North. Dan Gunnarsson, Joey Hughes with you. 3 in the backfield. Welk takes it. It's going to fake the handoff. He's going to roll right. He's looking down. He throws it, and it is caught short of midfield. Nice reception hauled in by Carter Zeller, the junior tight end for Fargo North. Gets up to the 49-yard line. Gain of 8, but a first down for Welk and Fargo North. Welk will take the snap, hand it off to Haugo, looking to the left, goes by a Red River, trying to get to the 50, but that defense swarms and gets to him. Good job on the outside by Red River. There for the play was Bet Tellman along with Carter Byron picking up the tackles. Going to be a gain, no gain, in fact, a loss of 2 on the play. For Haugo, and he'll bring up a 2nd and 12. Welk, single back formation. He'll drop back to pass. He looks right. He's going to launch it out that direction and overshoots his intended target. He was looking for Parker Dosh, the 5'11 junior. Parker kind of slowed up on the route, looked to be more of a go route, kind of a one-on-one situation on the outside there. Good coverage as well on the outside by Bimler, who had him in the man-to-man coverage. An incomplete pass for Welk. And that will now bring up a 3rd and 12. Single back formation again for Welk. Haugo behind him. He'll take the snap. He'll drop back, set up at the 40, looks right now, feels the pressure, loses the ball. It's on the ground. It's picked up by Red River. Bettelman comes up with the loose ball as the pressure was applied on the backside by Jaden Rusted, who knocks it free, and a fumble turnover. That is something that we talked about with Coach Roland before the game on this, what he thought might have been a key. And it comes to fruition as Welk ends up putting it on the deck, and the turnover goes to Red River. And here comes their offense, led by quarterback Pierce Parks. So he's in the backfield. 2 beside him, takes it, fakes a handoff. He looks to his right, now goes up the middle, has 2 receivers right there. It's brought in by Rusted, who is brought down inside the 20, down to the 19. A gain of 18 yards on the play from Pierce to Rusted. Boy, he had another receiver in there as well, I believe. That was Carter Byron, or excuse me, Brett Feller was there as well. But Rusted comes down with it for the gain of 18 on the first offensive play from scrimmage for Red River. Pierce now, or I should say Parks, looking for the fade. It's got a man, caught, touchdown in the back of the end zone, Quinn Nelson. 2 beautiful passes from one of the best rushing teams in the EDC, and Red River, after the fumble, strikes first. Boy, Pierce with a couple beautiful balls, and on that first pass, just broken coverage on the second one. Just a great job by Nelson to get behind the defense and score the touchdown. The extra point is up and good, making it 7-0. Red River with the lead over Fargo North. Quick action to start this one between the Rough Riders and the Spartans. We'll keep it right here as we get ready for that kickoff. And as we discussed, being able to control that turnover game, extremely important for Fargo North. And right away, getting a fumble and having Red River capitalize on it 2 plays later, being able to go 47 yards for the score.
Josh deep to receive, Byron sent to kick.
So Fargo North will have to collect themselves. 9:33 left to go in this game, in this first quarter. So plenty of time, obviously, but just the kind of start you want if you're Coach Muir of Red River when you're on the road, especially coming off of last week's loss to West Fargo Cheyenne, a 34-0 defeat at the hands of the Mustangs. Fargo North coming off their own loss, in fact, as well. And for them, their first loss of the year against their rival Fargo South, as Byron kind of pooches this one out to the 41-yard line. Great job out there by Parker Sparrow to just receive it and then go down. So trying to catch the Spartans off guard, but they were prepared. They get the ball. They'll actually place this ball at the 40 for Fargo North, and that's where they'll start. Their previous drive stalled out at the 47. But Ethan Welk in this offense coming back out. A guy to watch, number 8, the junior Jeremiah Sem, one of the best receivers in the state of North Dakota, one of the best athletes in the state of North Dakota. Instead, they're going to hand it off up the middle. Nice job by the Rough Rider defense to converge on Haugo after a gain of 3 up to the, no, they're going to make it 4 up to the 44-yard line. And his third carry of the game for 9 total yards. Sam in motion. We're going to hand it off over to the right side. It's Williams who gets by a tackle. Another Red River tackle evaded, but more Rough Riders show up And again, drop behind the line there on the tackle. Mason Bimler along with, look like Zach Elke coming up and making the tackle. So no gain, they'll call it a loss of 1 on the play for Williams. And you'll hear his name called quite often as well for this Fargo North offense. And again, a 3rd and long for the Spartans. Welk, single back formation. He's going to move Williams to his left on the far hash. Low snap. He'll roll it to his left. Pressure immediately in his face, but he throws it up for Sem and just overshoots him. Boy, but Sem is looking for a flag. It looked a little bit as if Hudson Flom had held him, but no call on the play. Not entirely sure if that ball was catchable anyways. And so Fargo North will have to punt.
4th down and 7.
No punt from their own 43. 2 back to receive for Red River. Looks like Brady Welch and Hudson Flom, as this one is going to be, to Gunnar Hukert. It goes over his head, takes a Red River, bounce it to the end zone. Boy, just seconds away from the North special teams converging on that ball and downing it inside the 5, but Hukert let it go and gets rewarded for it as it ends up a touchback, and the Rough Riders will start with the ball on their own 20. Pierce Parks back out there after a 47-yard drive, ended up in a touchdown to Quinn Nelson of 19 yards. And the Rough Riders with an early 7-0 lead with just 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Should say just 4 minutes have gone by as he takes a snap, hands it off up the middle. Really nowhere to go for that Rough Rider offense. On the carry
On the play, Carter Zeller in on the tackle.
was looked to be running back
Call it no gain.
Mason Bimler. So they say no gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. It's going to take time. They run out a lot of players in that backfield. Brett Feller, number 14, has 373 yards. We've already heard from Rusted, and he's not even one of their better rushers because you've got Logan Oakstead, who wears number 20 and takes this carry over the left side and has a hole, runs over a corner out to the 30, and a 1st down run for Oakstead right on cue. There to make the stop was Parker Dosh, but not after a 1st down run for Oakstead. And they'll throw a lot of runners at you, including the quarterback Parks, who has 236 yards and 6 touchdowns this year. He's actually the leader in touchdowns rushing touchdowns, I should say, for this offense. Jaden Rusted, listed as a running back, but this man is a heck of a lead blocker, and you saw it right there. They'll stay with Oakstead in the backfield. Take the snap, it's high, they'll hand it off to the right side. And this time, Fargo North is there. A convoy of Spartans come up with the tackle, and no gain on the play for Oakstead. Beautiful night here in Fargo North for the homecoming game. They give them a yard, in fact, to the 31. 6 o'clock start. Not typical. Usually we're starting around 6:30 or 7 o'clock, but tonight the 6 o'clock start because of homecoming. Grand Forks Red River would like nothing more than to spoil the homecoming for the Spartans. Nice crowd here as well, as the stands are full. Behind the north end zone as well, full of fans, as Parks takes that snap, going right up the middle is Red River, and more room. This time, it's Oakstead again. As again, Dosh is on the receiving end of that battering ram up to the 42. An 11-yard carry and a 1st down for Red River. 3 carries, 22 yards for Oakstead. They're going to ride the hot hand. This is something that I talked with Coach Muir about before the game. Just kind of, do you go series by series? Do you go play by play? Or do you try to run the hot hand? Now we got a timeout. North. Maybe an equipment issue? Not entirely sure. In any case, we're going to take a break with them. 7-0 our score. Red River with the lead. You're watching North Dakota Class A 11-man football on your live event.
1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Dan Gunnarsson back here. Fargo North calling their first time out of the half. They'll have 2 more to go. 5:46 left in this first quarter. It's 7-0 Red River with the lead. They scored after an Ethan Welk fumble. At his own 47, Pierce Parks then threw 2 passes, one to Rusted for 28 yards, and then the other one to Quinn Nelson for 17. And the touchdown, I should say for 19 in the touchdown, and that's how we got to 7-0. Now after a quick 3-and-out for Fargo North, Red River with the ball was running Oakstead pretty hard, but here we're going to get a false start on Red River, and it'll push them back 5 yards. And we'll set up a 1st and 15.
That'll make it 1st and 15 for Red River.
Fargo North definitely has the bigger roster, but that might be the only difference between these two teams. The similarities are pretty striking. They're young teams, a lot of juniors on both sides of the ball, doing a lot of heavy workload for their schools. As Parks will hand it off left side. Oakstead now cuts it back to his right, tries to get to the middle, down at the 40. He gets back close to the original line of scrimmage. Make it a gain of 3, set up a 2nd and 12.
It's a gain of 3, bringing up 2nd down and 12.
Ball on the Red River side of the 50, at the 40. Almost right in the middle, but probably closer to the Red River sideline as the Rough Riders taking some time to get in the play call. They do not huddle, but wait for that signal to come in from the coaches on their side. Look at their play sheet and then get set. 4 seconds on the play clock. Parks, no hurry. Fakes a handoff. He'll follow his lead blocker, trying to find some room. Cannot. Coming from behind for the tackle, Peter Algo. Not only the leading rusher for this team, but one of the better players defensively for this team as well, as he plays linebacker. Parks gets about 3 yards, ball up to the 43. It'll set up a 3rd and 9. His first carry of the game. Tried to go left, cut it back right to the near side. Not a lot of room working for him. Halgo, who was on that far side, ran around from his edge position to get the tackle and set up a very important 3rd and 9 for Fargo North. Trying to get Red River off the field, something that early on in this game, I know it's only the 2nd drive, but they have struggled to do as Parks rolls out to his left. He'll set, he'll look, he'll fire, he's got a man, and it's caught with the catch is flopped to the 5, touchdown Red River!
57 yards for a Rough Riders score.
57 yards as Pierce connects again. This time with Flom for the touchdown. His 3rd straight completion, their 2nd straight touchdown on passes. On the coverage was Peyton Trogstad, and Flom just got behind him as the kick is up and good from Byron. And just like that, it's 14-0 Red River with 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. You are watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
14-0 our score. Red River has come out of the gates on fire here at Fargo North with 4:04 remaining in the first quarter. Still Fargo North has yet to get Red River off the field, force a punt or a turnover. And even on that last series of plays, Fargo North started out after the timeout with a false start and a couple good plays defensively to stop them on the run defense. But Pierce Parks is able to find Hudson Flom, the 5'11 senior, for the touchdown. And Red River now up 14-0. Another pooch kick. This time it lands in front of the return game for Fargo North. It's finally picked up and brought to the 29, close to the 30-yard line. Parker Dosh with the return. And still down on the field. They'll be able to help him up. So he is holding his back, and he'll walk off slowly. The ball will start on the 30-yard line for Fargo North. So while they attend to Dosh, we'll tell you as well to make sure and stay tuned for halftime, our First Class Mortgage halftime, as we discuss the ongoings of the first half. And so far it's been all Red River, but let's see if Ethan Welk and this Fargo North offense can put something together. It's going to be handoff to Haugo. He goes up that left side, has a little bit of room, cuts it back inside to down to the 38-yard line. A run of 8 for Haugo. That's his fourth carry, I should say. Now he's up to 17 yards after that one. And he's going to be the reason I feel that North will be able to control and get themselves back into this game. He leads the EDC in rushing with 565 yards and 10 touchdowns on the ground. Unlike Red River, North typically just will ride Haugo as much as possible. Don't really switch out much unless they go to Williams or they go to the up back there. Quickly handed it off to Jim Miller, the fullback, as he gets a first down for Fargo North up to the 43. So a gain of 6 for him and a first down for the Spartans. This is what they need to continue to do, ride the running game, see if it can get them back into a good sense of rhythm offensively. The nice thing is that even though Red River has come out on fire, 14-0 now, Fargo North has plenty of time as now they get the ball to Sem for the first time, and he is attacked in the backfield, gets past the line of scrimmage, and does end up turning out what could have been a loss into a nice gain on the play. They'll mark him down at the 46-yard line, so a gain of 3 for Sem on the carry. Jeremiah Sem, the junior, a heck of an athlete, very good basketball player as well. And Jeremiah stands at 6 feet, 160 pounds. He's a junior boy. He looks taller than that, and he's definitely fast. A guy that you typically would see 2 players on, as they'll go to Williams this time. His carry up to the 49, so a gain of 3 for him as we get close to that 2:30 mark in this first quarter.
Gain of another 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4. 3rd and manageable, really, for Fargo North. You have to expect that they gain a couple yards here. Would not be surprised to see them go for it on 4th down, but it all depends on how it goes on 3rd as they fake the handoff and hanging on to it as well because he pitches it out and it's on the deck again. And it is Red River ball. Welk kind of awkwardly pitched it to the outside to John Williams. And I don't know if John wasn't expecting it or if the pitch just wasn't clean. Either way, and what would have been a first down for North ends up being another turnover, and Red River ball at their own 46. So a second fumble for North. Pierce Parks has been throwing the ball very well. In fact, already over 100 yards with 104 and 3 passes, 2 touchdowns. He'll take the snap, fake the handoff after the turnover, looking for blood. There's it outside, and he's picked up! What a play on the outside by Peter Haugo! Absolutely what the Spartans needed. Getting the offense back on the field, and you really felt like Red River was going to come in to that series, going for blood. They had been passing the ball so well, but a little bit of pressure on the outside took Parks off the spot where he was ready to set up and load, moved him out to his right and throwing on the run. Haugo undercuts the route and gets the interception. Welk will put Sem in motion, take the snap, hand it off. No, he'll keep it. Now pitch it to the outside. Miller will take it, and down at the 50. So about a gain of 1 for Miller with 1:45 to go in this first quarter. 14-0 your score. Red River on the strength of 2 touchdowns, a 19-yard score, Pierce to Nelson, and then a 57-yard touchdown, Pierce to Am. But the interception thrown, that'll be 1 we keep our eyes on. Can Fargo North turn that turnover into points? Haugo out, Williams in. And it'll be a pitch to Williams on the right side, cuts it back into the left, but there defensively is Red River for the stop with the tackle, Garrett Eichmann, the 6'3 senior. A tackle for a loss, in fact, for Williams, a loss of 1. Back to the original line of scrimmage, and it'll set up a 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10.
Williams having a tough go of it so far in this quarter. 3 carries, 1 yard. He's had 2 carries of negative yardage. And he's out. Howe goes in. Sem on the near hash. Pistol formation. Welk will take the snap. He'll look, and it'll be a quarterback draw. He's got some room. Kicks it out to the right side and breaks a tackle. And he gets to the marker at the 40-yard line for a first down for Fargo North. What a call.
That's 11 yards
by the coaches for the Spartans. A lot of pressure felt, but Welk executes the quarterback draw to perfection and gets the first down with a run of 10. Welk will carry it from time to time. Not a lot, but he'll get involved in the rushing attack, and there, the 10 yards gets a much-needed first down for the Spartans. Set up in the pistol formation. This will most likely be the last play of the first quarter as we get to 10 seconds to go. 5 on the play clock. Man in motion is Miller. It'll be a handoff. Haugo over the right side now, cuts it out, gets to the 35, cuts it into the 30, goes down near the 25-yard line, and a solid run of 14 for Peter Haugo is how we end our first quarter. Red River takes the lead into the break, 14-0, but North is driving. When we come back, the start of the second quarter, you're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. With the Hope Golf Course, you can enjoy your personal time in town. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Dan Gunderson back with you at Fargo North Field, home of the Spartans, who trail to start this second quarter 14-0, but they have a solid drive brewing following the Pierce interception. Peter Haugo came up with it. It'll be Williams in the backfield. He'll take the carry, pass the 25, dragging defenders with him to the 20, and he puts it on the deck. It's on the ground. Who's got it? Fight at the bottom of the pile, and it is Red River ball.
Rough Riders take over at their own 21-yard line.
The third fumble for Fargo North tonight. They've had 4 drives. 3 have ended in turnovers, 1 in a punt. And Fargo North, which had a lot of momentum going after that drive, fact, that was a 6-yard carry for Williams before the fumble. Just being snake bitten by the turnover. This was something, again, that Coach had talked about with us, Roland, before the game. They had put it on the deck a little bit against South, a 17-14 loss to the Bruins as Parks hands it off over that right side. It's going to be Feller. Feller dragged down after a minimal game. Call it 1 out to the 21-yard line, almost the 22. They'll say 21-yard line, so a gain of 1 on the play. That's their leading rusher, by the way. Feller, who also plays linebacker, but that was his first carry of the game. He's in the backfield, along with Rusted. Fake the handoff. Parks looking out, feeling pressure, dancing around. Will go to his right side, has some room. He'll run past the 25 to the 30 and then pushed out of bounds near the first down marker. And in fact, they're going to give it to him as he got past the 30, which is the line to gain. No, I take it back. It is just short. We're actually going to... Yes, third and short for Parks. He was just short of that line to gain. So 3rd down and 1 after a gain of 8 for Parks. North buckling up for this important 3rd down play. Parks quickly under center. It'll be a quarterback sneak. He'll go over the right side, but then we've got a flag on the play. It's the head linesman. The referee, in fact, will say false start on Red River.
Legal motion on the Rough Riders.
Now the PA announcer says illegal motion or illegal shift, so to speak. The signal given by the head referee was a false start. And it could have been quarterback Parks who started to move forward before the snap was obtained by him. But the loss of 5 sets up a 3rd and 6, a very important false start to remember. Can North get it back? Peter Halgo comes back into this game after getting his leg, looked like either retaped or maybe put a sleeve on that. After a long gain to end that first quarter, that gain of 14, he actually had to run to the sideline and got attended to by the trainers. Nothing serious. Obviously, he's back in. But that led to Williams having to run with the ball and then causing the fumble as there's a pitch to the outside. Oakstead searching for that first down. Depends on the spot, but I believe they're going to give it to him. Needed 6. Got 6.5 and a first down for Oakstead.
That's a gain of 7 and a Rough Rider first down.
5 carries, 31 yards for Oakstead tonight as the tip of the ball is tickling the 32-yard line of Red River, and Halgo actually is coming back out of this game. Something to watch for as it progresses. Nobody's attending to him on the sidelines. He's talking with Williams, so we'll keep our eye on that. He is a key piece not only to the offense but the defense as Parks feels the pressure, rolls out to his right. He's waving his man downfield, throws it underneath. Nice catch by Logan Ayerson. And a gain of 9 to the 41.
Bringing up 2nd down and 1.
So Pierce now 4 of 5 for 113 yards. And a 2nd and 1 with 9:50 to go in the second quarter. 14-0 Red River with the lead. Parks. Shotgun, or I should say the pistol formation. He takes it, pitch it left. Oakstead trying to get to that near sideline, has a block, tries to cut it inside that block and does, and he gets into North territory, down to the 41-yard line, mark it the 40. A strong run of, call it 19 yards for Oakstead, as he has really had his way on the ground, up to 50 yards rushing on 6 carries tonight for Oakstead. Oakstead, the speedster of this team. He's listed at 5'7". I'd be willing to bet maybe a little bit shorter, but they don't have his 40 time here. I gotta imagine it's fast. That's all it says. Not even a time, just says fast, and he looks fast when he's coming out of the backfield. You got Bixler back there with Pierce helping block. Pierce finds an open receiver at the 30. Down inside the 20 to the 13-yard line. On the reception is Bet Tillman, I should say. The tight end, an open spot for the reception. And a gain of 27 on the play.
First and 10, Rough Riders.
Not only has Pierce been excellent in throwing, that's his 5th different receiver on 5 completions. And it is first and 10 at the 13 in the red zone. Are the Rough Riders looking to go up big here in the second quarter? Pistol formation. Pierce will throw it out to the right. He's looking for Brian, who is then converged upon by the defense. Down at the 10, so a gain of 3 on the play.
That's a gain of 3.
Red River now, 2nd and 7. Tall receivers. Tall tight ends. Carter Byron, 6'5". Bet Tillman, 6'3". Parks, the sophomore, listed at 6'2". He'll take the snap, gives it off to Bimler, goes left side, and he's taken down by a swarm of Spartans near the 5, just short of it. But a gain of 5 on a 2nd and 7 will set up a 3rd and 2.
Rowan Johnson in on the tackle.
First carry for Tillman tonight.
That's a gain of about 5.
Or I should say Bilmer. My apologies, Mason Bilmer. Bimler, 5'7", 162-pound senior. For the Rough Riders, who have 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Lining up with 5. Pistol formation. Parks takes the snap right before the play clock goes down. It'll be a handoff up the middle and a touchdown, Red River. Too easy from Brett Feller. Only his 2nd carry of the game, but a touchdown for him. And it's 20-0 Red River.
Gunnar Heikert to hold.
Kick is up for Byron, and it is good. 21-0 our score. Red River with the over Fargo North with 7:13 to go in the second quarter. You're watching your live event. High school football on your live event.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
We make products that last decades. Being able to stand behind our products and having something that is so known for that is awesome.
Left in the half. Head down to the field level, please.
Dan Gunnarsson back with you here from Fargo North in what has been a surprising start to this one so far between Fargo North and Red River. The Rough Riders on the backs of 3 turnovers from the Spartans have climbed out to a 21-0 lead with 7:13 to go in the second quarter. Surprising as Fargo North came in with a 4-1 overall record, number 3 in the state of North Dakota. They had just lost their first EDC game last week to Fargo South. This is another pooch kick for Red River and then taken in quickly by Fargo North. That's the 3rd straight time that they have done that. Again, on the catch is Parker Sparrow. And Red River really not afraid of this Fargo North offense right now if they are doing those types of kicks. But you can see that the Red River special teams is getting closer and closer to finding a way to get to that ball. And Carter Byron just trying to find an opportunity to either get it into no man's land, lay it short of a receiver, or lay it past a receiver. Either way, I don't expect Red River will go away from that unless Ethan Welk and this Fargo North offense cannot find a way to get it going as Haugo in the backfield trying to find some room. Gets up to the 42 and a gain of 1 for Haugo. That's his 6th carry, now has 32 yards on the contest. The fumbles so far for Fargo North, 1 from Ethan Welk on a scramble, 2 from John Williams, although the first one We might have to attribute to Welk as well, as it was an option play. Welk with the pitch. Williams unable to handle it. The third one, though, Williams just looking for extra yardage, trying to get into the red zone on the fourth drive for Fargo North. Lost the ball. Welk's going to throw to the outside and just overshoots the intended receiver as he was looking for his tight end, Joe Rose, the 6'3 junior. And it'll set up a 3rd and 9. So Fargo North looking for a spark. Last time they were in this situation, they went with an Ethan Welk quarterback draw for 10 yards. You got to believe that Red River will be expecting something similar this time around, or be at least on the lookout for that quarterback draw as Welk breaks the huddle with 12 to go on the play clock. Now below 10. Pistol formation. Haugo behind Welk. Calling out the singles. Welk will take the snap, drop back, look left, throw left, and he'll get it out to his fullback, who is quickly converged on, Jim Miller. They're looking to go maybe fullback swing pass, but Jim only able to get, I should say Miller only able to get it out to the 45-yard line. So a gain of 3 on the pass. And Fargo North will have to punt. Second 3 and out for Fargo North tonight. And what has been their 5th offensive series. Here comes the Red River, almost getting there. Was the special teams. Ball is up and then caught and then down right away at the 30-yard line on the reception. Or I should say return. Cade Wiggestrand grabs it at the 30, and now this offense for Red River will come on out, leading 21-0 with 5:49 to go in the first half. It has been, how do you want it kind of offense for Red River. They've been able to pass very successfully. 6 of 7 is Pierce for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns, including a 57-yard touchdown as well. The last touchdown scored by Brett Filler, the leading rusher for Red River, as Parks will back up. He's looking, he'll roll to his right and throw it to his right. Coming back for the reception is Hudson Flom, the receiver on the other end of that 57-yard touchdown play. He ends up with a gain of 4 on the pass. Second and 6, 5:38 to go. First half. Fargo North calling out their defense. Parks looking around, takes the snap, hands it off. It is Bixler in the back end. Belmer, I should say, and he is swarmed upon down at the 36-yard line, gain of 2 for number 20. That was Oakstead, I apologize. Oakstead listed at 5'7", Bindler listed at 5'7". The weight difference, it's really hard to recognize this far in the booth. So when they wear 20 and 22, that's a difficult task for anybody to try and spot the difference. It's on the outside when they start running. You can notice Oakstead has a little bit more of a burst. And so far, he has 7 carries for 52 yards tonight for the Rough Riders, their leading rusher. He doesn't have the touchdown, though, on the ground. And he's in the backfield now looking for maybe to block, but it'll be a pitch to the outside. Spartan defense is there. Haugo again! Along with Gus Mon and Ethan Welk. So a loss of 1 on that carry, and the Spartan defense finally gets a stop of Red River with 4:20 to go in this first half. So Byron will be out to punt for the Rough Riders. Back to return for Fargo North. You have Tanner Killan along with Parker Dosh. Byron waiting. 5 on the play clock. I don't know if Red River's going to snap it. They may take the 5-yard loss, or, pardon me, Vern Muir is going to call a timeout. His first of the half with 3:59 to go in the second quarter. We'll take a break with them. 21-0 your score. Red River with the lead. You are watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter! Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
Their coverage of our events. Tonight's athletic trainers on duty are John
Dan Gunderson back with you at Fargo North High School. The Spartans on their homecoming game down 3 scores at 21-0. It has been through the air. It has been on the ground. The first 2 touchdowns from Pierce Parks of Red River. A couple touchdown passes. And so far tonight, he is 7 of 8 for 147 yards as Byron will punt this away. A beautiful punt will drive Dosh back to his own 30, and he drops it out of bounds. But boy, the collective groan of the home crowd as they saw yet another ball fall to the turf. Luckily for the Spartans, it falls out of bounds on their sideline at the 32-yard line in the near hash. The Spartans have put it on the ground quite often tonight, and just not a great sight for Spartan Nation. 3 fumbles, 2 by Williams, 1 by Welk. That one, a muff punt, goes out of bounds by Dosh. And it has only compounded the problem as coverage has been an issue, especially deep. We've got a 57-yard touchdown on the books, a 19-yard touchdown on the books. Ethan Welk and this offense for the Spartans looking to get it going as they give it off to Haugo, who's just trying to rip through tackles as much as he can up until he is gang tackled down at the 35-yard line, and a gain of 4 for Haugo, his 7th carry of the night.
That Tillman in on the tackle.
And this is where it kind of becomes tough when you've got 3:30 to go. You're down 21. Fargo North started this game with the ball, so they'll have to kick off to begin the second half. They're looking to add or at least get back into this game score-wise. What do you do? Jeremiah Sem has been largely quiet. 1 carry for 3 yards as they go up the middle. Nice job by Miller as he keeps moving bodies towards midfield. That guy is a lot to try and bring down. 5'11", 205-pound junior gets the ball up to the 46-yard line, so a gain of 11 for Miller.
46-yard line.
With 3 minutes to go in this first half. Miller, Williams, Haugo, you'll hear from all of them. It's Williams right now in the backfield with Welk. Pistol formation. Williams, couple fumbles today. Welk will drop back to pass. He's looking. He'll roll to his right. He's looking. He's got a man out on the outside. He's going for Rosen, and it's knocked away. Great defense on the outside by Flom. That individual has had one heck of a game so far tonight.
2nd down and 10.
This man has been all over the place. He was on the other end of that 57-yard touchdown right there, knocking the ball away from the intended receiver, Joe Rose. And he'll set up a 2nd and 10. Ethan Welk, 2 of 6 for 11 yards. Passing game hasn't been there. Now, North, 2nd in the EDC in points with 183. And they lead the EDC on passing touchdowns so far this year, but Welk just has not been able to get it going. As he takes a snap, he'll look to his right. He'll get it out to Williams. Williams, and then is brought down on the outside by Feller. What a tackle by Feller as Williams ends up losing 2 yards on the play. We'll say 1 down to the 45 after that completion. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 11. Just nothing really positive so far for North tonight offensively. Defensively, they've kind of been on their heels quite often. And right now, on a 3rd and 11 with 2 minutes to go in the first half, Welk will drop back to pass. He looks. He's got some room. He's got a guy coming. He's hit as he throws. He's looking for Sem. Incomplete. Sem covered out there by Bet Tillman as Welk was hit as he released that ball. Sem just didn't really have an opportunity to go up on that. Had Welk had maybe a little bit more time, I think we would have seen a jump ball opportunity, which I would be willing to bet Sem's winning 9 times out of 10. Unfortunately for North, it's an incomplete pass. And they'll have to punt. as Miller puts it into the air, taken in at the 25 by Red River, and no more yards to gain for the Rough Riders with 1:46 to go in this contest. As Wiggestrand stopped in his tracks. So 75 yards to go for the Rough Riders with 1:46 to go in this first half. They lead 21-0. The Rough Riders, up until that last drive, had either scored a touchdown or had a turnover on all their offensive possessions. The one interception throw by Pierce was right after a Williams fumble recovered by Red River. Haugo came up with the pick. Let's see how the Spartan defense responds here, as it's going to be a handoff to the right side. That's Oakstead past the 30, pushed forward towards the 35. And I believe they're going to give him the 35 and a run of 10 for Oakstead. And a first down for Red River. Pardon me, 11. Give him 11 on that carry, as he is up to 62 yards on 9 carries tonight in this first half. Rapidly approach the end of this quarter as Parks play action will roll to his left. He'll throw it out to his left. And there is Rusted, who stops on a dime past the 45, pushing tacklers towards the 50, brought down short of it at the 49 as they'll let the clock run. Coach Muir will get that time out with 1:13 to go after the 13-yard gain on the pass play from Pierce to Rustad. We will take a quick break as well. 1:13 to go. First half, Red River driving, and they have control of this game, up 21-0. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Dan Gunnarsson back with you from Fargo North. The Spartans struggling against the Rough Riders, down 21-0 with 1:13 to go in this first half. Remember to stay tuned for the halftime show, brought to you by First Class Mortgage, as we will break down that first half, which has been all Red River, and they have an opportunity to even create more distance between them as the Spartans, as Pierce takes the snap, rolls to his right, looks to his right, throws it deep and over the head of his intended receiver. Fans in front of us of the Red River contingency looking for a pass interference, as the defender got there just as the ball was arriving. Looking for Quinn Nelson on the outside was Parks, only his second incompletion of the game. And in fact, up until that one, had completed 5 in a row. And that one falls incomplete. He's now 8 of 10 for 2 touchdowns, well over 100 yards. We'll get you all those stats during our First Class Mortgage halftime show. Pistol formation. They only took 6 seconds off the clock for that play. Parks in the backfield with him is Oakstead. He'll drop back, pull up. Now he's looking to scramble. Rose to his left, throws it out to his left, and it is caught on the outside. What a catch! Beautiful job by Logan Harrison, the tight end. Not only 1, but 2 feet in bounds. Tightrope in the sideline. Up to the 38-yard line of Fargo North. So a gain of 13 on the pass play. And just a great job by Parks. He has been on one tonight. Oakstead has had a great game rushing for Red River, 62 yards on the ground. But, boy, Pierce Parks, P squared, double P's. Got the arm, he's got the legs, and he's looking for one to put an early nail in the coffin. He had Rusted out there, had gotten by the defender, just threw it too far for his intended receiver. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. We have seen a lot of Rough Rider receivers running free in the secondary, with Spartan DBs trailing. That one, fortunately for them, falls incomplete. And he's 2nd and 10, 54 seconds to go in this first half. 2 to the left, 1 to the right of Parks. He backs up, sets up, has pressure, runs out to his left, can't escape the pressure, is on the outside with the tackle as Carter Zeller. Did end up getting back to the line of scrimmage as the ball is down at the 38. Red River was letting the clock run, and now they call a timeout with 36 seconds to go to discuss this 3rd and 10, and we will keep it right here and let you know about the Red River Valley Fair. Check out the Lost in Valley Corn Maze and Pumpkin Patch at the Red River Valley Fair, going on Fridays through Sundays until October 30th. There's a kid's straw bale maze, pumpkin bowling, cornhole, and more. Tickets are available at redrivervalleyfair.com. Plus, make sure to check out their website and social media pages regarding special events and weather. Admission is $10 a person. Ages 2 and under are free at the Valley Corn Maze and Pumpkin Patch at the Red River Valley Fair. It is that time of the year, the last day of September, turning into October. Friday Night Light dreams are working on becoming reality. And Fargo North getting a dose of it tonight. Coming in high hopes of pushing their undefeated record in EDC play a little bit further, but this first half has been all Red River. 21-0 to Rough Riders. Mostly through the air, but on the ground, they've had their way as well. Only one turnover on downs, or I should say not turnover on downs, only one forced punt for Fargo North tonight. Otherwise, Red River has controlled this game. Pistol formation. Parks backs up, sets up, throws it out to the right. Oxted not covered. He's got some room. Makes a nice little spin move inside and is down at the 31-yard line. So a gain of 7 on that play. Parks quickly to the line. It'll be a 4th and about 3 here for Red River. As Parks takes the pistol formation, he'll go quarterback draw up the middle. Did he get the first down? I believe he did, with a gain of about 5 on the run. And quickly, under center is Parks. He'll take it and throw it to the ground to stop the clock with 3 seconds to go. And so Red River now has the opportunity to go for a field goal from Carter Byron. Oakstead, by the way, the 7th different receiver for Pierce Parks tonight that he has found. So a great job from him. And no, they're not going to try and kick the field goal. In fact, it'll be a 27-yard play attempt here. Touchdown or nothing, really, with 3 seconds to go as Parks takes it. Last play of the half. He'll throw it out to the left. Has a man, but he overshot his intended target. Had to lead him a little bit toward the sideline to avoid the safeties, and that one falls well out of bounds. And the end of the first half. And it was all Red River for the first 24 minutes of game action. Fargo North head to the locker room to try and work and fix things for this team as they attempt to rebound in the next 24. Your score at the break: Red River 21, Fargo North 0. We're at halftime. When we come back, we'll break everything down and recap the first half in your First Class Mortgage halftime show. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Natick, Page, and Castleton. Or view our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
As an American Family Agent, I look out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Chris Heisey. Visit me online at chrisheisey.com. These days, everyone wants to save money. I can show you how easy it is by having multiple policies. By combining your auto and homeowner's insurance, I can put some change back into your pocket. My website again is chrisheisey.com. I want to be your American Family Agent.
American Family Insurance.
Hey, what you doing?
Crawling around under my planter trying to figure out if I need any maintenance parts replaced.
It's harvest time, buddy.
Yeah, I know, but the guys at RDK Enterprises keep reminding me to check now, just in case I need something ordered.
What do I look for?
Just give RDK a call and ask some questions. They are the guys I go to for answers.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We will answer all of your planter questions or come out to your farm and take a look at your planter. Give us a call, 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Halftime here at Fargo North. You're watching your live events broadcast of North Dakota High School Class A 11-man football. It is homecoming for the Fargo North Spartans as they introduce the homecoming court for Fargo North High School. A little bit of added time for this halftime show, which is brought to you by First Class Mortgage. First Class Mortgage is more than just our company name. It is the way we do business. Whether you are buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, our dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation. We provide first-class service, first-class knowledge, and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. That is firstclasscorp.com. And it has been a first-class first half for the Red River Rough Riders. Boy, they came out on fire. Let's just kind of break down that first half and how it went for both squads, and it really was ugly on one side and beautiful on the other, and kind of brought forth because of the turnovers on Fargo North. They had the ball first offensively and were driving a little bit, but then Ethan Welk ended up putting it on the deck for the Spartans, and it was recovered by Red River. And quickly thereafter, 47 yards thereafter, Pierce Parks, 2 passes and a touchdown to give the Rough Riders a 7-0 lead. It was a 19-yard pass from Parks to Quinn Nelson. to open up the scoring. On the next drive for Fargo North, a 3-and-out, and it turned it into a punt situation for the Spartans. Red River wasted no time again through the air, with Pierce finding what has ended up being one of his favorite targets so far through this game. Hudson Flom, the 5'11 senior, as he brought in a 57-yard touchdown reception to give a 14-0 lead to Red River. Then Fargo North, another turnover on a fumble. This one probably a co-fumble, if you will, Welk and Williams. But then right after that, Peter Halgo came up with an interception for Fargo North, and what really felt like at the end of that first quarter, those two touchdowns coming in the first quarter, in fact, felt like Fargo North may have had some momentum running. And they were into Red River territory, knocking on the door of the red zone, but a carry from John Williams ended up turning into a fumble and a recovery by Red River, and the Spartans' third turnover of the game. Red River was able to take that and score a touchdown with 7:13 to go in the second quarter after they drove it down into the red zone. It was a running touchdown from leading rusher Brett Feller. Only his second carry of the evening, but the 10-yard score and ensuing point after gave Fargo North an 21-0 lead. And that is where we sit right now at halftime, 21-0, the Red River Rough Riders over the Fargo North Spartans. Let's take a minute here, look at some team and individual stats. We'll start with Red River and what they've been able to do offensively tonight. Pierce Parks, well, it's been quite the game for number one. Through the air, 10 of 13 for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also has 3 carries for 16 yards. He's not the leading rusher. However, that would go to Logan Oakstead. Logan Oakstead came into this game with 280 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. So far tonight, he's got 9 carries for 62 yards. The touchdown on the ground goes to Brett Feller, as his carry for 10 yards gave them that third score early on in the second quarter of this game. He has 2 carries for 11 yards. Also, for Red River on the ground, Mason Bimler, 1 carry and 5 yards for him. As a team, Red River, 15 carries, 94 yards, and a touchdown. Their leading receiver on the day, 2 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown for Hudson Flom. On the other side, the stats aren't as spectacular for Fargo North. Ethan Welk, who came into this game, still has yet to throw an interception, but he led the EDC in touchdowns. He's just had a tough time going. He's 3 of 8 for 10 yards through the air. Leading receiver for Fargo North is Carter Zeller. He has 1 catch for 8 yards. Rushing-wise, Fargo North as a team, well, they've ran the ball for a total of 74 yards, and that has been on 16 carries, or at least 16 rushing attempts on the ground. Their leading rusher tonight is none other than Peter Halgo, one of the better players in the state of North Dakota. But so far tonight, 7 carries for 36 yards. A guy who will spell him from time to time, John Williams. Well, he has 3 carries for 7 yards. I should say 4 carries for 7 yards, but unfortunately he does have the 2 fumbles. Ethan Welk, he's got the other fumble. He has 1 carry for 10 yards. We've also heard from Jim Miller and his 3 carries for 18 yards. And then Jeremiah Sam, an individual who has been kept relatively quiet on the offensive side of the ball. He has 1 carry for 3 yards. That is the offensive stats for Fargo North, for Red River, for both teams, as Red River is starting to come out of the locker room, getting ready to stretch and warm up for the second half. We'll take a break in our First Class Mortgage halftime show. When we come back, we'll let you know what else is out there on your live event, what other games are being broadcast, and what other action is out there for Week 6 in the EDC. You are watching North Dakota High School Class A 11-man football on your live event.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's Jerrid.
Kate's Kennels, located in Castleton, North Dakota. We offer boarding for all of your furry companions. Whether you're going on vacation or you have an emergency, we are here for you. We know they are a member of your family, and we will treat them as if they were one of our own. Kennel tours are always welcome. Check us out on Facebook at Kate's Kennels or visit our website at kateskennels.com. Give us a call at 701-347-4176 for all your furry friend boarding needs.
Fact. High schools need every sports official they can find. Want to ensure that kids keep playing? Become an official and a leader. Over 25,000 North Dakota student athletes participate in statewide school-sponsored sports programs. Sports provide students with real-time training for real life. Teamwork and planning under pressure provide our young men and women with skills that will serve them throughout their lives. Without officials, high school sports wouldn't exist. It may be more.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Welcome back to the Fargo North High School field. Spartans down 21-0 as the Hall of Fame class for 2022 was just introduced here on the field. A lot of activities for this homecoming game between Fargo North and Grand Forks Red River. A lot of other action going on around the state. We'll look at what else is on tap tonight for EDC action, and at the end of the game tonight, we'll try to get you some updates. Fargo Davies is at Fargo South tonight, a good AA 11A matchup. Another game with a 6 o'clock start, West Fargo Horace taking on Grand Forks Central. That one is in Grand Forks. Dickinson High is at Jamestown tonight, along with Wahpeton at Valley City. A lot of these games just getting underway with those 7 o'clock kickoffs at 7:18. This one kicked off at 6 o'clock because of the homecoming festivities. Other games around the YLE network that have just got underway. This is the only 11A football game going on tonight, but across the region you have Polk County West versus Ada Borup West in Minnesota football. You also have Lake Park Audubon taking on Pine River Bacchus, and International Falls is taking on Hinckley Finlayson. In North Dakota, you've got Kindred taking on Central Cass in 11B football. You also have Bottineau taking on Hillsborough Central Valley. In Northern Cass taking on Lisbon. Our own Chase Miller got the opportunity to drive up to Hope tonight to call Griggs Midkota against Maple River in Class 9B football between those two programs. That's what's going on around the region here in Fargo North. It's 21-0, and we are going to get ready for the second half of action after we take a short break. And thank you to First Class Mortgage for sponsoring this halftime show. When we come back, it's second half action from Fargo North. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community. One that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. With the Hope Golf Course, you can enjoy your personal time in town. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Welcome back to Fargo North. Dan Gunnarsson here on the call. Thank you to Joey Hughes, a Fargo North graduate and relative of one of the players, Jacob Hughes, who wears number 51 for Fargo North. He is our cameraman tonight, bringing us some insight on tonight's action. Fargo North will kick off to start the second half. And Red River, who had an opportunity even to add to that score before the break. They were 27 yards out. But Parks missed his intended target with the incomplete pass. So Parks, in fact, was actually 10 of 14 in that first half, not 10 of 13, like I had originally said. Statistically, though, it still doesn't take the shine off the 180 yards and 2 touchdowns, as Fargo North will kick off with Max Watson. And we will see how Red River will start this second half. As back to receive is Oakstead. He takes it at his own 10-yard line, running to the far sideline, looking for room, looking for blockers as he gets pulled down around the 30-yard line. So a return of 20 for Oakstead, who has been the leading rusher tonight for Red River. 11 carries, 63 yards. As Red River has had their way offensively with Fargo North. One of the kind of odd stats that popped out to me coming into this game. Red River, in fact, leads the EDC with 11 converted two-point attempts. On the 3 touchdowns, they've all just done the point-after kicks, all successful. So we'll see how this one progresses. If they score another touchdown, if they end up going for 2. Might be a moot point as they're up 21-0. It's a handoff up the middle, a bruising run up the middle, in fact, by Rusted. Pardon me, that's Feller, who ends up getting the carry. Feller, gain of 7 up to the 37. So a nice run for him. And he'll bring up a 2nd and 3. Feller came in the leading rusher for this team, 373 yards on 65 carries. Also had 5 touchdowns on the ground. He can add 1 to that total. He's got 6 now as he had a 10-yard touchdown run in the first half. 18 total yards tonight after that carry. 2nd and 3. From the 37, it'll be a handoff again. This is Feller charging towards North Territory. They bring him down short of the 50, but after the 45, and a gain of 10 up to the 47. And Feller now 2 carries, 17 yards in the second half.
That's a gain of about 10 and a Rough Rider first down.
And a first down on 2 plays for Red River. Pistol formation. Rusted to Parks' right. Feller behind him. Parks takes the snap. Will hand it off to Feller over that left side. Pushing bodies out of the way is Feller and falling forward for a gain of 5 up to the 48 of Fargo North. And a 2nd and 5 coming up. This is a scenario that you didn't want to put yourself in if you're Fargo North. Because here comes Brett Feller, the leading rusher, the individual who didn't really touch the ball. In fact, just touched it twice, but he's 6'2", 205 pounds. A bruising back. And a man who can really wear a defense down. As he sits behind Parks, takes a snap, will hand it off to Feller again, busting through the line, past the 40, taking the secondary with him to the 39-yard line. So a gain of 9 on that carry. And another first down for Fargo North.
That's a gain of about 13 and a Rough Rider first down.
Quickly to the line for Feller, but no gain on the play as Red River was trying to catch North sleeping on that one. But up until that point, 30 yards on 4 carries for Feller, and that 5th one goes nowhere. In fact, they push him back to the 35-yard line. And he'll set up a 2nd and 11. Pass for Parks. Looks to his right, throws it out to his right, has a man wide open off his fingertips. Unable to bring it in was Carter Byron. Boy, he had a walk-in score if he catches that ball, but it goes off his fingertips out of bounds, and he'll set up a 3rd and 11. Only the 5th incompletion tonight for Parks. As Byron, after that ball fell out of bounds, was pushed down pretty hard on his back as he jogs to the sideline, and he will be out for this 3rd and 11. Parks, again, pistol formation. He's got Rusted to his left, Feller right behind him. And he'll hand it off to Feller over that left side. Churning is the defense trying to bring Feller down. As he goes from the 35 inside the 30 to the 27-yard line, a gain of 8 for Feller.
Miller and Dawson on the tackle.
And he'll bring up a 4th and call it 3.
About 8 yards, bringing up 4th and 3.
And I think that 3rd down play was an indication of what Red River was willing to do from a 4th down perspective, which is go for it, which they will, and they'll draw Fargo North off sides. The interior line jumped. The offending party is going to be Peter Davis. And the penalty, the first of the game, in fact, for either team, gives Red River a first down on a 4th and 3. And a new set of downs for the Rough Riders. Ball sits at the 22. 1st and 10. Parks takes the snap. Again, it'll be handoff left to Feller, who cuts to the left and now has room. Cuts inside a block as a flag goes flying. Feller goes into the end zone, but a flag sits at the 17-yard line, and this one might be coming back. And it is holding on Red River.
Holding on the Rough Riders.
So instead of a 22-yard touchdown for Feller, it's a 10-yard holding call. The line of scrimmage was the 22. The hold happened at the 20. So they'll back the ball up to the 30. So after talking about a clean first half, no penalties offensively, or no penalties from either team. Both commit errors on back-to-back plays. It'll be a 1st and 18 from the 30 for Red River. 2 wide to the right of Parks. Pistol formation. It's Rusted. It's Feller. It's a pitch to the right. Feller. He's got Rusted as a block. Cuts inside of that and then is drugged down past the 25. Back to the 22-yard line. We'll say 23-yard line, just short of the 22, which is the original line of scrimmage. Regardless, gain of 7 for him. He's been a workhorse on this drive. Now, with 7 carries in the second half for 49 yards. That one goes for 7. He's got 60 total for the game and a touchdown. They're really going with Fellers. That's a low snap to Parks. He passes over the middle, has a man. No, it's knocked away, incomplete. Great job on the backside defensively by Fargo North. Parker Dosh, who knocks that one away from the intended receiver, Carter Byron. And if he wasn't going to knock it down, it looked like potentially Ethan Welk was there for the interception. Parks, after an immaculate first half where he went 10 for 14, and in fact had 5 straight completions, completed 8 of his first 9, in fact, has missed on his last 3, and now Red River with 3, 2, 1, 0. No flake flies for delay of game. Red River gets it off. Right into his left is Parks. He's looking for somebody. He throws it out. No, incomplete. Flag flies, though, again. This one down at the 20-yard line. We'll see what this penalty is. Right now, as it stands, it's an incomplete pass on 3rd and 11. We'll see what the call is. As Coach Roland is indicating decline, so this one most likely on Red River, and it's an ineligible man downfield. That penalty will be declined because of the incompletion. Will set up a 4th down. Kind of a broken play there for Red River, as they had a tough time getting the call in from the sidelines, and because of that caused some confusion. It caused them to hurry up and run that play, and it falls to the ground harmlessly. So now a little bit of change of personnel, as it looks like Red River is going to attempt a field goal. This one going to be about a 39 to 40-yard field goal from Carter Byron on the near hash. Wind tonight, blowing out of the south as the kick is up and good. 40-yard field goal for Carter Byron is through, and it makes it 24-0. Red River with 6:26 to go in the 3rd quarter. You are watching North Dakota High School football on your live event. Back here in North Fargo, the Spartans trailing 24-0 to Red River, and we just had somebody from Red River win the 50-50 draw. You know, when it comes to high school sports, I don't know if there's anything more exciting than a 50-50 draw. I mean, they try to replicate it at the big leagues, even in college, but boy, high school, when you get that 50-50 draw, these just people go wild. It's what they live for. Congratulations to that Red River fan making the trek 80 miles and change, maybe a little less, down south to Fargo North, where her team, the Rough Riders, lead 24-0 with 6:26 to go. In the 3rd quarter, a 40-yard field goal by Carter Byron. Into the wind, in fact. It was blowing out of the south to the north as Carter puts a kick up. It is retrieved by Fargo North. That's John Rose, in fact, who grabs it and returns it past the 40 up to about the 44-yard line, and that is where Fargo North will start. Carter Byron has done that quite often throughout this game, the little pooch kick. This time Rose comes up, receives, and runs with it to give Fargo North good starting field position. That hasn't really mattered tonight for the Spartans. The turnovers have been the Achilles heel. 3 fumbles tonight for this offense, but with 6:24 to go in the 3rd quarter and another 12 minutes on top of that, can the Spartans put something together and put themselves back into this game? Ethan Welk and the offense will have to answer that call as Welk will step back. He's looking left. He'll throw it left into double coverage, and he overshoots his intended target, Jeremiah Sim. He was bracketed there on the outside by Bet Tillman and Cole Leduc. Really no room to fit that pass. Pardon me, that wasn't Tillman. It was Quinn Nelson on the coverage. Regardless, 2 Rough Riders there. And Sem, one of the key offensive players for the Spartans, has been held in check tonight. as the pass from Welk falls incomplete, and yet another incompletion for him as he takes the snap. He'll hand it off to the left side. Peter Hauga's got nowhere to go. J.B. Walters with the tackle and a loss of 5 back to the 39 on that carry.
That's a loss of 5.
And it'll set up a 3rd and 15 for Fargo North. And Ethan Welk, who has had a tough time throwing tonight, 3 of 9 for 10 yards. That first carry of the second half for Haugo, but it hasn't been that great for him offensively either. That's 8 carries for 31 yards now as that one goes backwards. Welk converges upon, steps up in the pocket, has a man and overshot him. Boy, if he is able to connect on the outside with David Schilling is gone. There was nobody within 50 yards, and that's not even an exaggeration. Sem attracts so much attention. He was on the far side, had 2 guys on him. Schilling running a cross pattern towards the near sideline was wide open. And Welk, I think, just got excited. That's the most wide open he's seen anybody tonight, and just put a little bit too much on it. Overshoots his intended receiver, and incomplete 4th down. Snap is low. It's finally picked up in a low kick. Boy, did that touch a Red River individual? Fargo North just letting it bounce. It is picked up by Red River. Great job by the return team for the Rough Riders, trying to catch a number on the individual that was able to pick up that ball for Red River. It might have been Erson who came up and grabbed it. It was just kind of ugly all the way around. It was actually Hudson Flom who ended up grabbing that ball. It was a low punt. It hit people. Whether it was in a blue or white jersey, we're not entirely sure. I think maybe that's what the conversation is right now between the umpires. Regardless, Red River retrieved it at their own 34-yard line. And for that, they will take over with 5:24 to go. Only a minute came off the clock in that last possession for Fargo North. Parks, pistol formation. Takes the snap, goes over the left side. Bilmer looking for some room. He's being chased down by Dosh, who grabs him around the shoulders and then wrestles him down past the 35 at the 36. So a gain of 2. Only the second carry for Bilmer tonight. He's got 7 yards on 2 carries. So that one goes for 2 yards. He came into this game 214 total yards, or rushing yards on 28 carries and a touchdown to his credit. So we haven't called his name a ton, but he'll be in the backfield with Parks in a pistol formation, 2nd and 8. He takes a snap. It's going to be a handoff. Rusted looking to the left side, taken down there. Nice job by Peter Davis with the tackle, wrapping his legs around Rusted. Rusted, that's his first carry of the game as he brings it up to the 38-yard line, so a gain of 2 for him.
Gain of a couple on the play, making it 3rd down and 6.
3rd down and 6, and boy, Parks is limping off to the sidelines after that play. He's got his helmet above him, and one of the trainers will go over and talk to him, but that is something to keep your eye on. He has been all world tonight. And for him to go out, that is tough. Put in the backup quarterback, throws it out, looks incomplete. Nice job on the outside by, looked to be Sam Adams Vandal, who tips that one out of bounds. Gunnar Hukert is the quarterback to come in and relieve Pierce Parks, by the way. And so Hukert on the pass, 0 for 1. And an interesting development as Pierce Parks, before that, hadn't taken any plays off, but had to limp off to the sideline. And we'll see as Red River lines up the punt as that 3rd and 6 pass goes out of bounds. Punt is away. It's off the side of the foot, and it's not a good one, but it takes a Red River bounce. Bounce on the other side of the 40 and then rolls all the way down to the 20-yard line. Everything is going right for Red River tonight with 3:39 to go in this 3rd quarter. It wasn't a great punt for Red River. Byron was on the far sideline, kicked it off the side of his foot, and really looked like it might go out of bounds on the Fargo North sideline and give them great field position on the other side of their 40. But for Red River, it takes a great bounce, comes back to the Fargo North 20, which is where Ethan Welk and the offense will set up. Pistol formation, play action to Williams. He rolls to his left, he throws to his left, and it's caught out there by Rose past the 30 to the 31. An 11-yard gain, Welk to Rose.
That's a gain of about 12, making it a Spartan and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Longest reception of the game for Fargo North. Make it 12, in fact, as they get a 1st and 10 down to the 32. Hand off to Williams over the left side. He's got a lot of room, makes a nice cut past the 40. He's still going, turning those legs. Finally brought down up at the 44-yard line. So Williams with a gain of 12 on the carry. That will look really nice. And Fargo North building off something. Quickly to the line with 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Down 24-0. Pistol formation. Wilk surveys the field. Sets up, takes the snap, drops back, looks left, throws left, and that one is underneath his intended receiver. He was looking for Welcome Mohoza, 6'5" senior. Just underthrew him on the pass, 2nd and 10. Quickly to the line, Fargo North. Welk now 4-12. He'll take it, hand it off Williams. 2 hands over the ball, looking for a hole on that right side. He's taking tacklers with him. Finally shoved down from behind by Nolan Piper. But an 8-yard carry will set up a 3rd and 2.
That's a gain of about
for Fargo North.
7 yards, bringing up 3rd down and 3.
He's got to get to the 45-yard line. Ball sits at the 48, maybe 47. Williams going to push his own player out of the way to try and get to that line to gain. Not letting him go is Feller, and Williams taken down at the 47-yard line, so 2 yards short of the first down after gain of about 1, and that will set up a 4th and 2 for Fargo North. And boy, with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, down 24-0, still 3 scores if you can get all 2-point conversions after touchdowns, but this might be the game as well. Play action, has a man on the outside, and he finds Miller, who gets past the 35 on a play action. Great call by Fargo North to get that first down, as Miller gets a gain of 15 on the pass from Welk. Just the 5th completion of the night. But another gain of double-digit yardage through the air for Fargo North as they have the ball on the 32 of Red River. 1st and 10, minute 45 to go. Clock stop as Miller went out of bounds. Play action to Haugo. Welk will go left. One-on-one coverage to the outside, and it is, through the hands of David Schilling. He was hand fighting on the outside. Looked like it was Oakstead who was playing him in coverage. Even so, Schilling had the opportunity to grab that ball. Just couldn't haul it in. Incomplete. Would have been a 32-yard touchdown instead. 2nd and 10 from the Red River 32. Wilk, low snap, takes it, hands off Haugo. Haugo has a hole up the middle, cuts to the left, breaks a leg tackle at the 15, to the 10, running for the pylon. He's in! Touchdown, Peter Haugo, with a minute 30 to go in the third quarter. A 32-yard run for the leading rusher in the EDC, and North is on the board. Fargo North is going to go for 2 here. Down 24-6 as the play clock is running. Fargo North will break the huddle.
Spartans attempting the 2-point conversion.
Pistol formation. Haugo back with Welk. 10 on the play clock. He'll take it, throw it, left, and it's knocked down. Great job defensively on the outside by Cole LeDuc. And the two-point conversion, they needed 3 to go along with 3 scores. Doesn't happen, so it stays a 3-score contest and a lead for Red River at 24-6 with 1:30 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a break. When we come back, quick kickoff for Fargo North. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
We make products that last decades. Being able to stand behind our products and having something that is so known for that is awesome.
Dan Gunnarsson back here at Fargo North. Spartans about to kick off as Max Watson tees it up from his own 40. And he'll put a leg into it. End over end. Kick taken by Oakstead at his own 3. Pushes out with that right foot, goes to the middle of the field. Oh, what a job by Williams, who is playing on kickoff coverage. Took Oakstead down before he could gain the 20. In fact, down at the 15-yard line, and that is where Red River will start. And coming out to play quarterback for Red River is again Gunnar Heikert. Boy, it looked like kind of a non-injury really for Parks, or at least it didn't look like anything was happening to him. He wasn't a part of the play that he went out on. It was a handoff. But unfortunately for him now, he's standing on the sidelines. His helmet is off, and it's Hukert's job from here on out. At least it looks that way as Feller takes the carry at the 15. Pardon me, they marked it at the 16 to the 19, so a 3-yard carry for Feller, who has taken a majority of the carries in the second half for Red River. We may now start looking at bleeding some clock, especially with Parks out. He has been so dynamic for this offense tonight. 2 touchdowns through the air, 180 yards, although he has really had a tough go of it since the start of the second half. Hasn't completed a pass. 4 incompletions, in fact, as Heikert, I should say, takes the high snap. He'll run it over that right side past the 20 down to the 22-yard line. So a gain of 3 for him.
Along with Peter Davis.
On his first carry of the game.
That's a gain of about 3. Bringing up third down.
And Red River does not have to snap the ball again in the third quarter, and with the way it looks, they won't, as the game clock is ahead of the play clock by a second, and gives us an opportunity to catch our breath. Did Fargo North find something there in that last drive, the 32-yard touchdown by Peter Haugo, to get back into this game? They're still down 3 scores at 24-6, but coming up after the break, it'll be the fourth quarter and a 3rd and 4 for Red River. You are watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter. Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Back here in North Fargo, the Rough Riders staring down a 3rd and 4 from their own 22. They're up 24-6 on Fargo North. Fargo North needs this stop and a flag. We get a false start on Red River.
Flag on the play, false start.
There has
on
not
the
been
Rough
many
Riders.
flags tonight.
That'll make it 3rd and
I believe,
9.
if memory serves me correctly, they've all been in the second half. Definitely the biggest ones have been in the second half. There was an offsides on Fargo North on a Red River drive on a 4th and 3. But then on the subsequent play, you had a holding on Red River when they were walking in with a Feller touchdown from 22 yards away. So that penalty, a false start on the Rough Riders, makes it 3rd and 9. And it's going to be a play action as Heikert rolls out to his left, looks to his left, finds his intended target, Rustad, but he is not going to get close to that first down. The pass goes from the 17 to the 23, a gain of 6.
Couple yards shy of the first down. Making it
But
4th
still a
and 2.
4th down coming for Red River as they'll bring on the punt squad. First completion of the second half for Red River as well. It hasn't been a great day passing for them in the second half. The first half was unbelievable, 10 of 14 for Pierce Parks. But then since then, 0 of 4. I should say 0 of 3 as Hukert had one as this kick goes out of bounds. Boy, that might be really good field position for Fargo North as the referees run up the sideline. They mark it out at the Fargo North 42-yard line. So Carter Byron on the punt before this one had one go off the side of his foot. Wasn't great, but it took a good bounce for Red River. This one, however, no good bounce at all. Goes out of bounds, and North has the ball with 11:15 to go in the fourth quarter at their own 42. So here, you're looking at 58 yards to try and get into Paydert. Down 24-6, fourth quarter, action from Fargo North. It's Williams up the left side, nice cut, past the 45 to about the 46. Give him a gain of 4 on the play. He runs so hard, it just feels like he's one cut away from breaking it. An exciting runner, and really wishes he could have that first half back with those fumbles that he had. And I know Fargo North feels the same way as well. Spartans, pistol formation. Welk takes the snap, will play action, looks to his left, throws to his left, has a receiver open and incomplete. Looking for his tight end, Carter Zeller, down at the 30-yard line. Kind of a wheel route to the opposite side of where he was rolling. On the far sideline, Leduc on the coverage. And had he thrown it more towards the Red River sideline and less towards the field, he may have had a chance for Zeller to get that ball, because Zeller had some separation. But the ball floated a little bit, gave Leduc an opportunity to come back towards the play and knock it out of the hands of Zeller, setting up a 3rd and 6 from the Spartan 46. Got to believe Fargo North's going to go for first downs from here on out. Handoff up the middle. Miller trying to get towards that first down, but is ripped to the ground. Great job defensively there for the tackle, Quinn Nelson, along with a host of other Red River players.
Gain of a couple makes it 4th down and 4.
Ball up to the 48-yard line, so a gain of 2 for Miller, and it'll set up a 4th and 4. Snap taken, Welk, play action. He's got a lot of players in his face, has to rush to get it out, and it's thrown it away! Intercepted, picked off by Fawn, who's then taken down by Fargo North's Jackson Agnes, and that turnover might have been the early dagger.
Rough Riders take over 1st and 10 at the Spartan 36-yard line.
An interception from Red River secondary. Flam has had the big touchdown for 57 yards tonight. And that interception may have put the nail in the coffin for the Spartans. Welk's first interception of the year. As Pierce Parks is back in, he'll take it, he'll hand it off. It's Oakstead, big hole up the middle as he takes Spartan defenders with him past the 30 to the 29-yard line, and a gain of 5 on the carry.
And Haugo.
Welk, who had been
That's
so
a gain of
good
about 7 yards, bringing up
coming into this game.
second down and 3.
Throws his first interception of the game. He's only completed 5 passes tonight, 5 of 15. His last 2 to Rose and Miller got him up to 37 total yards on the night, but now North with 9:10 to go, and Parks back into the game. He rolls to his right, he throws to his right. A beautiful ball out there on the right side, far sideline, brought in by his receiver, Cade Wiggestrand. And that is a first down up to the 21-yard line and a gain of 8.
First and 10 at the Spartan 21
Parks' first completion of the second half. But it's a good sight for really everyone to have him out there. He's had such a dynamic game, running the ball, throwing the ball, and sometimes simply just handing off the ball to a couple of really good backs. Boy, we get a little bit of extra blocking towards the end, but it's football. It's a contact sport. Both players for Red River and Fargo North get up. No harm, no foul as Oakstead. On the carry, no gain. His 11th carry of the night. They've actually ended up balancing it out really well between him and Feller. Combined, they have 130 yards on the ground and 21 carries tonight. Great rushing attack for Red River showing up again. Play action, Parks steps back, now he rolls to his right. Wheels looking solid, finds his intended receiver, who will go in for the touchdown, Logan Harrison. 21-yard score for Parks to Harrison. His third touchdown pass of the game. And if the interception wasn't enough, that touchdown was, as that makes it 30-6. Red River with the lead with 7:56 to go in this game, as Byron is on for the extra point, and it is up and good. 31-6 our score. It is all Red River with 7:56 to go in the fourth quarter. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsboro, Natick, Page, and Castleton. Or view our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
(31-6) your scores. We are back, your live event in North Fargo for this Class 11A matchup between Red River and Fargo North. The Spartans came in after falling at the hands of defeat to Fargo South last week, really looking for a rebound game. They were only able to get 14 points, had a 14-3 lead in that Fargo South game, in fact, and have not been able to find any solid footing in tonight's contest. 4 turnovers in this one. 3 fumbles, and Ethan Welk's first interception on the year has led to a 31-6 lead for Red River. 3 passing touchdowns for Pierce Parks. 19, 21, and 57-yard scores. The last one, a 21-yard touchdown pass to Logan Ayerson, his tight end, who bowled through the defense into the end zone for the score, as Byron will just hit a squib kick to the returner, Williams, who will look to go to the near sideline, puts a stiff arm on the Red River defender, who will not let go, makes a nice cut, nice block, and then finally brought down. An exciting run to the 25 on the return for Fargo North. And the Spartans will take over from there. Down 31-6. Parks, who went into that half with 180 yards passing and 2 touchdowns, has now added to that total He's over 200 yards, and in fact has 215 yards passing for 3 touchdowns. As Welk will take the snap. It's a quarterback draw. He ran for 10 yards the first time they did this tonight, but Welk this time is wrestled down on the outside by Flom.
Gain of a couple.
So Welk takes that carry. 2 yards for him on the carry. We'll set up a 2nd and 8. Thank you to our sponsors tonight, and make sure to stay tuned for the Tommy Express Car Wash post-game show, where we will name our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and our RDK Enterprises Feature Precision Player of the Game. Welk will take the snap. He'll roll, he'll look, he'll throw, and it is low and incomplete. Intended target on the outside was Parker Dosh.
3rd down and 8.
And Welk throws that one incomplete. 5 for 16 tonight for Welk for 37 yards and an interception. .702 to go in this one. Next week, Fargo North will play host to Devil's Lake, where Grand Forks Red River gets the new kid on the block, West Fargo Horace. Both those home games for these two teams. Welk will roll to his right on a 3rd down play. Scramble out of pressure, no. And then puts the ball on the deck, and then it is brought up, and now a flag goes flying. The fumble recovered by Fargo North all the way back at the 20, so it was a loss of 7 on the sack, but what was the penalty? Something coming in that late sometimes can indicate a roughing a passer, a face mask of some kind. We'll see what the call is. However, Fargo North taking off their offensive lineman and their quarterback, so assuming this one might be on the Spartans. They're pointing, they're talking. It's really a mime game, so unfortunately, I'm not a referee. I'm not entirely sure what that call means.
That's intentional grounding.
But they are calling intentional grounding on the play. So instead of a fumble, Welk tried to let go of the ball at the 22. So the intentional grounding leads to a 4th down and about 12. Call it 13 from the 22, so Fargo North will have to punt. And it's Miller. As Red River gets up, and the ball is dropped by Miller, and so he's just going to have to run with it for his life. And bad to worse for the Spartans. At the 10-yard line, Miller
take over 1st and 10 at the Spartan.
Grabbed the ball, was looking to punt, and just dropped it.
1st and goal.
So unfortunate turnover on downs for Fargo North. Boy, it has been a whole lot of everything tonight for Fargo North in the category of you would like to forget. Fumbles, 1st interception for Welk. He had a muff punt at one point. That is a dropped punt from Miller. And now Red River will take over at the Fargo North 10 with 6:49 to go in the 4th quarter. Up a bunch, looking to add more as Parks will hand it off to Bimler on the right side. He is chased by Dosh, gets by that. Dragging defenders, did he get in? No, down at the 1.
Bimler on the carry.
So Bimler takes that ball
Brought down at the 1-yard line
for a 9-yard carry. Now up to 16 yards.
Kasman on the tackle.
Only a 3rd carry of the game. We're going to start seeing Fargo North send in some of their 2-deep individuals, with the score being what it is. Red River quickly snaps the ball, and it's a touchdown for Parks as he runs it in from a yard out. And I believe what we're going to have is 12 men on the field for Fargo North. We had a guy run off late, threw the flag. We'll see what the call is.
There is a flag on the play.
Yep, illegal substitution, in fact, on Fargo North. And they'll replay 2nd down. Can't get the ball any closer at this point. And in fact, for Red River's sake, it stops the clock at 6:09. And so, again, Parks will line up under center. Most likely a quarterback sneak again, and it is. He dives, jumps in, touchdown Parks. The 1-yard score for Parks, making it 37-6, Red River. Parks with his 4th total touchdown of the game. Boy, he went out there for a couple series. That was right around the time Fargo North found a glimmer of hope. That was towards the end of the 3rd quarter, in fact. And now the kick for Byron is good. It was a low-line drive, but he got it in, making it 38-6 our score. It's all Red River with 5:56 to go in the 4th quarter. They lead the Spartans 38-6. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
A 1-yard touchdown, I should say, with 5:56 to go in the 4th quarter by Pierce Parks, has given them a 38-6 lead. This was not really the game that we were expecting coming in. And when I say we, I mean the collective fandom of North Dakota football, those that are in the know, and even the fans of Red River and Fargo North expected a tight contest. Both these teams coming off some losses, where one, Red River just got shut out by Class 11 AA, West Fargo Cheyenne. That's a good program, so really nothing to be too upset about. On the flip side, Fargo North lost 17-14 as this squib kick is picked up by Fargo North and then downed right at the 35. Their loss to Fargo South, they were hoping was more of a mirage than reality, and now to have this kind of outcome. It's not done yet. 5:54 to go in this game. 38-6 our score. But it is one of those ones where you kind of start to think, all right, what do we have to correct as a school? What do we have to correct as a team when we get into week 8, when we host Grand Forks Central? Or I should say week 7, when we host Devil's Lake, as Welk will hand it off up the middle with the carry. Was Ethan LaTurner with the carry, his first carry of the game. So a nice carry for him as it goes for 5 yards. And it'll set up a 2nd and 5. So LaTurner's first carry, we're going to start seeing some names that going to be a little bit new. LaTurner plays linebacker as a senior, but he is usually a defensive-only player. Getting a chance offensively. He'll take the carry over that right side, and he gets past the 45 to the 47-yard line. And a run of 7 gives Fargo North that first down.
By Blake Greedy.
Just a handful of yards away from
That's a gain of about 8, making it another Spartan.
Midfield.
And 10 at their own.
For Red River next week, West Fargo Horace, which in the first year of varsity football, it's going about as expected for the Hawks. No victories on the year, and they'll have to travel up to Red River as this carry for LaTurner goes nowhere. In fact, he loses yards on the rush back to the 44-yard line, so a loss of 3 for LaTurner.
That's a loss of 4.
And for Red River as well, that number 5 ranking in state most likely going to climb, especially when you go on the road against number 3 and take them out the way that you have. 4 minutes to go in this 4th quarter. 2nd and 14. Welk, pistol formation, takes a snap, fakes a handoff, will pitch to the outside. Turner's got some room, but then taken down. Great open field tackle on the outside by Andrew Peterson. But it looked like LeTurner had some room to turn on the Jets and get it into Red River territory. As it stands, gain of 6 on the carry. Up to midfield, setting up a 3rd and 8. Remember to stay tuned after the game for our post-game show, brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. We'll name the Energy Player of the Game, brought to you by Enbridge, and the Feature Precision Player of the Game by RDK Enterprises. Tonight, nice that we are able to have 2 players, because Red River has about 4 that we can name. Welk looking to pass, will throw it to the left side, has a man. No, it's intercepted. Kind of floated it out there, and Red River comes away with the interception. On that pick, Carter Flom, the sophomore defensive back. 2nd interception of the game for Welk, and 2nd interception of the year. So now you have both Carter and Hudson. Gotta assume brothers or cousins, maybe some kind of relation. It'd be really odd if it wasn't in any sense. Both have their interceptions tonight for Red River. Heichert back out there, will hand it off up the middle. It's Bim. So he takes a nice carry up from the 28 to the 32 and a gain of 4. Bimler, I should say.
That's a gain of about 4.
Bimler, his 4th carry, is now at 20 yards on the night with 2:40 to go in this game. Red River wanting to take just a few plays to run this clock out. Heichert will take the snap, hand it off. Bimler finding some room over that left side and then is taken down hard at the 45 gain, 35 gain of 2.
Jonas Cole in on the tackle. That's a gain of
Last night of September, one to forget for Fargo North, one to remember for Red River. Came out and executed the game plan to perfection, helped along by turnovers in bunches for Fargo North. 5 tonight as it's play action. Heichert going out to that left side, finds his receiver in Cameron Klefstedt, who gets it past the 40 for a 1st down, all the way to the 42, so a gain of 7 on the play.
Tanner Keelan on the tackle.
And a 1st and 10 with a minute 30 to go.
7, making it a rough first down. 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Just a couple more plays before the end of this one tonight. Pistol formation for Heichert and Red River. Snap goes to Heichert's right. He'll run to the right, and then he will just now bring it back to the left. Just kind of running around, looking for some room, and then just go down at the 39-yard line. Just kind of wasting some time, trying to melt the clock as fast as possible for Red River. Loss of 1. In fact, they'll actually bring it back to the line of scrimmage, so say no gain on the play. And most likely will snap this ball when it is under 40 seconds to go on the play clock. Well, they're trying to line up the victory formation. This is something that can be tough to practice, as Heichert will take it and then take the knee, and that will end it. The Red River Rough Riders of Grand Forks come to Fargo North and dominate the Spartans by a final score of 38-6. For tonight's postgame, we'll try to get a reaction from Vern Muir, the head coach of Red River. If not, we'll make sure and give you our RDK Enterprise Precision Player of the Game.
Thanks for coming out tonight, everybody. Please have a safe
And our
trip
Enbridge
home
Energy Player of the
tonight.
Game on our upcoming Tommy's Express
Buckling up
Car
every
Wash
trip, every time. It's a
post-game
feeling that
show.
can save your
38-6 is your final score. Fargo North falls to Red River,
life.
38-6. When we come back, Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show here on your live event.
As an American family agent, I look out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Chris Heisey. Visit me online at chrisheisey.com. These days, everyone wants to save money. I can show you how easy it is by having multiple policies. By combining your auto and homeowner's insurance, I can put some change back into your pocket. My website again is chrisheisey.com. I want to be your American family agent.
American Family Insurance.
Hey, what you doing?
Crawling around under my planter trying to figure out if I need any maintenance parts replaced.
It's harvest time, buddy.
Yeah, I know, but the guys at RDK Enterprises keep reminding me to check now, just in case I need something ordered.
What do I look for?
Just give RDK a call and ask some questions. They are the guys I go to for answers.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We will answer all of your planter questions or come out to your farm and take a look at your planter. Give us a call, 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
Welcome back to your live event, the post-game show brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Love your ride at Tommy's Express Car Wash. Sign up in the app on Google Play or the App Store for your first month of unlimited washing and make Tommy's Express Car Wash part of your clean routine. Tommy's Express Car Wash with 2 locations in Fargo and 2 in Moorhead. They've got the tools and the expertise to keep your car clean inside and out. 38-6, your final. Red River with the victory over Fargo North. We will have the opportunity to talk about the Energy Player of the Game, the feature Precision Player of the Game as well. Enbridge and RDK Enterprises bringing you those. Let's just do some scoring recaps as well, as the first half was all Red River. Started out with a Pierce Parks touchdown pass to Nelson for 19 yards, making it 7-0 with 9:03 to go in that first quarter. That came off a fumble from Ethan Welk of Fargo North, who had 3 total turnovers in tonight's contest. A 3-and-out from Fargo North then led to another touchdown drive from Red River. This one, the big one, as Hudson Flom found himself open on the left sideline for a 57-yard connection from Parks and the second passing touchdown of the game for the sophomore. 14-0 at that point with 4:04 to go in the first quarter. Following that, you had a back-and-forth contest with another couple fumbles from Fargo North, coupled sandwiched in between there, an interception by Peter Haugo. Fortunately for North, they weren't able to capitalize on that interception, and it led to a Feller touchdown of 11 yards with 7:13 to go in the first half. 7:13 to go in the second quarter, I should say, as Feller ran it in for 11 yards out. PAT was good. It is 21-0. No scoring before halftime, and then we got to the third quarter. A 40-yard field goal from Carter Byron made it 24-0. Shortly after that, Fargo North finally found their footing as Halgo housed it from 32 yards out to make it 24-6 with 1:30 to go in the third quarter. The two-point conversion was no good, but you still felt like Red River maybe had some life, something that they could find to get back into this game. However, after a brief exit by Pierce Parks, he came back to lead another touchdown drive, a 21-yard pass to Ayerson to make it 31-6 with 7:56 to go in the fourth quarter. That came off a Ethan Welk interception. His first of the year. He would throw one more in the fourth quarter, and Parks would add one more touchdown to his total with a 1-yard run in the fourth with 5:56 to go in the game to make it 38-6, and that was our final. Pierce Parks, by the way, this man, what a game. 17 yards on the ground. He had 209 yards through the air, 4 total touchdowns for the sophomore quarterback, and for that reason, we're going to give him our Feature Precision Player of the Game, which is brought to you by RDK Enterprises. RDK Enterprises wish you a safe harvest and a thank you for your business. Go online to planterdoc.com for more information on RDK Enterprises. That is planterdoc.com. How about the energy player of the game? You could give it to a whole host of individuals, really, from the running backs in the backfield. You had Brett Feller, Logan Oakstead. They both had over 60 yards rushing tonight. In fact, combined, they went for 21 carries for 130 yards and 1 touchdown. He said Pierce, we already gave him an award as well, but I think for the sake of Hudson Flom, and not only his touchdown catch of 57 yards, and he also had an interception of Ethan Welk as well, the first interception of the year for Ethan Welk. And for that reason, just the energy that he brought, those 2 really big plays from him, that interception really seemed to put kind of the nail in the coffin for them. The touchdown, a big one for Red River as well. He is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Energy for life. Learn more at enbridge.com for career opportunities. We'll take a break. When we come back, we hope to be joined by the head coach of the Red River Rough Riders, Vern Muir. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Kate's Kennels, located in Castleton, North Dakota. We offer boarding for all of your furry companions. Whether you're going on vacation or you have an emergency, we are here for you. We know they are a member of your family, and we will treat them as if they were one of our own. Kennel tours are always welcome. Check us out on Facebook at Kate's Kennels or visit our website at kateskennels.com. Give us a call at 701-347-4176 for all your furry friend boarding needs.
Fact. High schools need every sports official they can find. Want to ensure that kids keep playing? Become an official and a leader. Over 25,000 North Dakota student athletes participate in statewide school-sponsored sports programs. Sports provide students with real-time training for real life. Teamwork and planning under pressure provide our young men and women with skills that will serve them throughout their lives. Without officials, high school sports wouldn't exist. It may be more.
Back here on your live event, Dan Gunnarsson with you. We are joined by the head coach of the Red River Rough Riders, Vern Muir. And Coach, heck of a game for you guys to come away with the win, 38-6. Talk to me about the execution of the game plan tonight, the ability to, work the ball both through the air and the run attack, and how well you thought your team did.
I thought our kids did a great job. We got that great start. We kind of figured we've been running the ball a lot this year, and we opened the game up by trying to run the ball up the gut, and then we followed that with another run up the gut. So we thought, when I say we, it's not me, but our other offensive coaches, they thought, well, let's try to throw it up the first play, and we got what we wanted, and we were able to make the play, and that's kind of how the rest of the game went, is when we needed to make a play. We didn't make all of them, but when we needed to make, we made most of them, and I think that was a difference for us on offense. That to open the third quarter there, I really wanted that touchdown, but we possessed the football for about half the quarter. We got some points out of the deal. And they got their touchdown on the next series there for them, but we came back and just pounded the ball at them again, and that's kind of been what we've done as a team, is we kind of try to find some things to do in the first half, and in the second half, if we can just kind of pound the rock a little bit. And I think we timed up our passes fairly well with doing that. It works out in our favor. But I mean, our kids just made plays when we had to make plays tonight. I'd like to say that I made brilliant calls on defense, but our kids just made plays, and I think our offensive staff did a nice job of calling the plays we needed to call when we needed to call them, and our kids executed.
Well, let's talk about that defense. 5 turnovers tonight. You got to Ethan Welk, finally his first 2 interceptions of the year thrown, but it was those fumbles in the first half that I felt from up here really kind of shook North a little bit, and you guys were able to execute off of them.
Yeah, I think that was huge. I don't know. He's faced some pressure up to this point, but I think, the first time they dropped back to throw it, we had people getting after him a little bit there. And then, sometimes, we go down and score, and you're coming from behind. Sometimes you get a little rattled. I don't really know if that's what happened with that particular individual or not, but, that was the one thing coming to the game. We talked last night to you about that they haven't really turned the ball over, and I think that was the biggest difference in the game tonight, is when they did turn it over and we possessed it, we were able to do something with it. If we didn't get points off of it, at least we possessed the ball a little bit and run that clock. And I think at the end of the night, the turnovers were huge, and our ability to hold on to the football and get production out of it when we had it is the difference in the game.
Yeah, I would be remiss as well. Once you got that ball into the offense, Pierce Parks had one heck of a first half. Maybe start with this. He went out a little bit in the second half, but he was able to come back, scored a couple more touchdowns, one through the air, one through the ground. Looks like he's going to be fine moving forward. But that first half was pretty incredible from him, passing the ball. Is that the best that he has played all year? Is that where you've seen him as he's continued to grow as a sophomore? Maybe some thoughts on his play tonight.
Yeah, I think we've seen him play that way, but as far as sustained play at a high level like that, this might be the first game where he made a lot of plays with his feet. I'm thinking he's going to take off and run, and then he's pointing at guys, and we made some really nice ad-lib plays on some scramble opportunities that kept the ball alive in our hands. So I would say, he's played like that before, but as far as sustaining that level of play for an entire, I wouldn't say entire game, but a majority of the game, that's a big step forward for him. And that's just the type of kid he is, and it's a blessing that we got him on our team. And, I mean, our other quarterback's a good guy too. I mean, so it's just that sophomore makes a lot of plays. It's hard to just say you stand over here on the sideline and not be out there for us. So, I mean, he's a competitor, and he's a dude.
It's a big win for you guys, and now you have the momentum going into October as we start to look forward to playoff season. You're the coach. You're not going to do that. I'm going to do that for you, obviously. But let's talk about how does this win propel you guys moving into the latter half of the season. What are you going to gain from this success-wise? How are you going to build on this to continue moving forward?
Well, I think this helps us. We're still in control of our own destiny, and I think that's the biggest thing you want to be in when you're closing out your season. We have a bye week coming up here in 2 weeks, so we only have 2 games left. So this was our third to last game, and if we didn't get the W tonight, then we're going to have some other teams do some things to maybe get us in the position that we want to be in. But the fact that we were able to come down here tonight, finally get a win against these guys, and win in the convincing fashion that we did, it's just going to carry us into next week with our last home game at Cushman. And we're in the driver's seat of our own destiny, so basically we can make or break what we want to do, and I think that just makes our kids hungry and rewards them for the hard work that they've put in, that we're able to do this. I mean, we've been struggling to win road games over the last 3-4 years. We don't win a lot of them, and this year, we've won, I think, 2 out of 3 now, so it's something they can hang their hats on. And so we have a lot of nice things going for our program now, so we just have to kind of keep a level head with things and keep doing what we're doing and playing the way we're playing.
Yeah, no struggle here tonight. 38-6, the victory for you guys. Coach, congratulations. I appreciate your time tonight on the broadcast, and good luck moving forward.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Coach Vern Muir, head coach of the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders. We'll take our final break of the post-game show, Tommy's Express Car Wash, and wrap things up from Fargo North. You're watching high school football on your live event.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. With the Hope Golf Course, you can enjoy your personal time in town. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Dan Gunderson back with you here from North Fargo to put a bow on things, our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. Thank you not only to them, but to all the sponsors of tonight's broadcast. Without them, we don't have the opportunity to come out to these football fields and bring you Friday night football in the state of North Dakota. From American Family Insurance and Chris Heisey's team to First Class Mortgage, along with the Red River Valley Fair. And I will say this one more time to make sure and check out the Lost Valley Corn Maze and Pumpkin Patch at the fair through going on Fridays through Sundays until October 30th. Great deal there. Tommy's Express Car Wash, of course, bringing you this post-game show, Enbridge and RDK Enterprises. Big win for Grand Forks Red River. As Coach Muir said, they control their own destiny moving forward. For Fargo North, you got to look in the mirror. What can you do to pick up the pieces? The ability to make the playoffs is clearly still there. There is a great opportunity for the Spartans to get into that postseasons, and to build off of last year's success is important. This is a young team in Fargo North, a lot of juniors that play for this team, and now you get to find out where that resolve lies for this squad. Is it there? Can they find it? Or do they start to wilt a little bit? Knowing Coach Roland, I think he's going to find some resolve in these individuals. There's a lot of talent in that Fargo North locker room. Sometimes you got to go through some tough Friday nights in order to find success on the other end. North went through a tough one tonight. Red River on the other side, though, not only did they get that victory, but Pierce Parks played one of the best games that he has played all year long tonight in victory for Red River. That's going to do it for your live event from Fargo North. For Joey Hughes, our camera guy, I'm Dan Gunderson saying thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast, and we will see you next time on your live event.